You're listening to Early. Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Thursday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead. Lots to get to with last night's disgusting Nebraska basketball loss. We will dive into that after idle chit-chat because I need some positivity after that second half effort by the Huskers. We'll have Mike Schaefer at 7 o'clock, Rick Heyman at 6:45 as always for Song of the Day.
Heyman.
So, yeah, we'll get to – and by the way, before I forget, we will plug this again, but today, Sweet 16 Nebraska Volleyball, ESPN2, Georgia Tech, Huskers, 1 p.m. on ESPN2 in the NCAA Women's Volleyball Tournament. You can watch that. If you're not going to the match here at Devaney, ESPN2, you can watch Huskers, Georgia Tech in the Sweet 16.
Okay.
The matches.
And with that,
It's a match.
I don't see the world like coming to a halt if you don't work for a couple hours. So if you're a boss and you're listening, you have to let your coworkers off. You have to let them off to at least have access to a TV during this time.
I have no problem with that.
I mean, the place will be packed, but they have to give them access. There's no chance. It's like next year at this time. We didn't make our numbers. What happened? Volleyball game. Remember, we took that hour off, and then we
On December
watched the
7th.
game, and everything crashed.
There might be.
No.
Trying to push back.
Stop.
I'm trying to push back.
Cardinals, nice ad.
Yeah, the Cardinals still there.
I'm
Looks
trying
good.
to push back.
Why, God, why?
What about if there's a production line at Kawasaki? You just can't stop the line.
I think you could. I don't think I heard anything.
Come on, 2
now,
hours,
now I
it's
will say
okay.
this: ambulance drivers tough to shut down.
Right, thank you. There's a pushback.
There's some people. There's some pushback. There's some pushback.
Police.
Yeah,
Probably need to do the job. Yeah, good job.
ER docs. Not the time. Not the time. Be aware.
Thank you.
There's a select few that need to
There's a
keep
select
working.
few that keep going like that. The police keep like that, but the police could also watch.
Hold on. I'm thinking of other people that can.
There's a lot probably, but I'm just saying if you're working at Holiday Inn Express, you can probably
Take some time.
You can probably let your coworkers.
Wait a second. What if there's a run of people?
You all of a sudden want to check in.
At 1 o'clock.
Wait till 3 p.m.,
Tell
please.
them check in at 3.
Yep.
Get back into this at 3 p.m. check in.
Bus drivers.
Yeah.
They can take 2 hours
City
off, too.
buses.
Take 2 hours off.
Can't take 2 hours off if people need to be somewhere.
There's something to that, but I think everyone gets the gist here
Yeah.
of what I'm trying to get to.
I was just trying to.
I don't need the. I would love to watch the game, but that's not who we are.
I believe
Stop.
John Cook said this week he wants the governor to say no work from 1 to 3 p.m. He's on the same page as Bill here. So
He
wants Chip Hillen to enforce
I will
something
reach
here.
out. I will reach out to the governor.
Please do, Bill.
Yes, I will reach out to the governor.
It's not too late. It's not too late.
In positivity, Jake wants some positivity. Your idea for
NIL.
NIL idea to flash Venmo on what screens and stadiums
The
went
picture and
viral.
the ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding.
It went viral. Football Scoop picked it up.
It did.
Josh got it out there.
Right away.
I don't even want to ask you I kind of want to ask you, I guess, when you were doing it. No, I don't want to ask you. I didn't think you were serious.
I wasn't.
People took it seriously.
Yeah. If they watched, we were laughing.
We were laughing.
I thought it was super funny, but then people were like,
You made
no,
sound
this is a good
effects.
idea.
It's a good idea. People, the article is like, this is real. This could work. I've had people text me all day, like, brilliant. I'm like, I didn't really see it that way.
He was making sound effects.
But it's like it's kind of. I've had a couple of people text me, "What is college football coming to?" I go, "It's not." It didn't.
He was joking.
It wasn't. It's not actually
here.
I'm not going to go present to the NCAA. Just imagine me in front of Congress. Bill Busch, 93.7 the ticket.
Put
Yeah,
your glasses
I have an
on.
NIL.
Put your glasses on.
Bill Busch, 93.7 The Ticket. I'm here for the Jumbotron Cash-a-thon.
Congressional hearings on C-SPAN.
Why's Bush on there? Why's Bush on C-SPAN? He's with the Speaker of the House. I don't know. He's meeting with Biden.
The glass. Oh my God!
He just had this idea, took off.
Face the nation.
I just thought. Now, the one thing that did pass through my head is it would put people into the stands. I mean, I think it would be interesting.
Oh, it'd be insanity. I mean, can you imagine all of a sudden if you make a huge one-handed catch and you're just kind of looking up at the deal after there, it's like just seeing the things. Your account just
point to the screen.
Point to the screen. Yes.
I did say at one point, there was some mild concern about the integrity of the game.
Yes. Yes.
It would be a sure sign of the apocalypse if it happened.
Sure
I just enjoyed the rent part. Rents due.
Cover me. I go in for the blitz. I need a sack. Bad.
If you're a
strip
receiver,
sack,
if you're a receiver, you just tell the quarterback, "Oh man, my car payment, baby.
Yeah.
Hit me.
I gotta have this. I need this.
I need 600.
We're having a big Halloween party. We gotta get somebody to start this thing off. So no, it started off as, like I said, just having a lot of fun on 93.7 The Ticket. Then all of a sudden, it was picked up by a national, and they wrote an article.
They did.
Yeah,
It was well written, by the way.
Football Scoop. Yeah, it was a good article.
Yeah.
It was a good article, and then I got to wondering, maybe he was serious. But I didn't want to. For some reason, I didn't want to ask you.
No, I think there is some form of. There is one thing that does add up with the concept, not so much the ding 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 at 4 seconds after the play. That was fun. Is that there is something about NIL that what goes well is people that players are playing well, so their name, image, and likeness means something, and there are some people that get name, image, and likeness that are doing nothing,
or have done nothing,
have done nothing. More than that. It's because the whole thing was based off of that you could get money off your name, image, and likeness. So you were Eric Crouch,
right?
You won the Heisman.
Yeah. After you do something,
you could do something with that. Oh. Now it's just that's not how it's working. And
boy, it is not working that way.
It's tough for everybody. I mean, it really is. It's tough for everybody.
The high school stars have agents. That's the
high school.
Yeah, the high school guys that come in that visit Lincoln, that visit other places, they have agents. Some have multiple agents.
Yeah. It's very well documented that people have asked. I mean, we come on a trip. Yeah, well, I'll need this much money.
Exactly, it's happening. It's happening. 100%.
It's not like we'd like to come on the trip and we want to make sure that can my grandma come with us like that. I'd like to come. We'd like to be able to bring these people, and we'd like 10 large.
Yep, it's not. Yeah, it's like that exactly. And they want to bring uncles and brothers, and it's that's what's going on. And maybe it's okay. I'm not judging. I would say this. I don't want to get in Bill's family business. This is idle chit chat, but I just don't. The one thing I wonder at some point if your brother-in-law is going to want some ideas from you. You have good ideas for his bank.
Steve Shindler.
Yeah, Shindaddy.
I
don't want to push.
He operates, completely independently, but I might have to try to maybe I'll reach out to him and say if you get, stuck on some things, I give you some ideas. But right now, him and Tamara handle it all.
Tamara never ask you for ideas.
No, never. They just do it themselves.
I don't want to delve into your business. I know that Shindaddy has a mind that is incredible.
Yeah,
but there could come a point where he runs out of ideas.
There's a lot going on.
Never.
Yeah.
And as we saw yesterday, you have good ideas.
Well, this is going to be shocking, but he has an idea for today.
Oh, can't wait till 7 o'clock to hear that today.
Shindaddy. See, you came through again.
Yeah.
It's got to be tiring.
They asked us what FDIC stood for, and we couldn't get one letter.
We got federal. That was it. Everything else was wrong.
Everything else was wrong.
Listen, Tooth Greg he thought it was fun day in Creighton.
Yeah,
that makes sense. That works too.
Fun started that way, and then it turned into how to manage how to safely secure your money
all over the world.
Insure.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah. Well, thank you for all the thousands of texts coming in that proved we were idiots on that one and helped us out with the actual words.
Speaking of
there was
idiocy,
a lot of texts yesterday.
There were. Speaking of idiocy, Nebraska outscored 52-26.
Hang on. That's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care.
Newton's Lawn. Andrew Newton.
Call Andrew up at 402-440-6297 to get your 2024 fertilizer program planned out there, Newton's Lawn Care. All right. Yes, last night was absolutely horrendous for Nebraska basketball. It started off well. The first 20 minutes, Nebraska led Minnesota on the road, 39-24. They had a 17-point lead at one point. They lead by 15.5. You take that, you're happy. All right, let's finish this game off.
And what else happened? What happened to Minnesota early in the game?
Dawson Garcia, who had 36 points the previous game against Ohio State, a loss for the Gophers, was hurt early on in the game.
So their best player.
Their best player.
Easily.
We would see this by far best player.
And again, he left early in the first half, tried to come back late first half.
Stepped on a guy's foot.
And then he came in for the first minute of the second half, couldn't do it, never came back in the ball game. It didn't matter.
He did come back
Yeah, he came back for like a minute or two. The first minute or two of the second half, he came back.
My bad, you're right.
And that was it. But it was the ultimate story of two halves. Nebraska leads by 15 at halftime, 39-24. I'll just tell you the stat. It tells everything. Minnesota points in the first half, 24.
24.
Points in the second half, 52.
Yeah.
That's Minnesota.
They came all the way back from a 15-point deficit within 8 minutes of action in the second half. They led with 10 minutes to go. They were down 15.
It's a rough
biggest
loss.
lead was what, 17?
Nebraska led by 17 points in this game.
I thought about going to bed at halftime. I thought, no way. Minnesota's really bad. No way they're going to come back. I mean, they're not good. And then I thought, okay, I'll watch the first few minutes.
I turned on because I was in the middle of some things going on.
You did? Yes.
Yes. Well, Sugar was out of food.
Oh, God.
So I had to make her run to Tractor Supply.
That's important.
Yes, that's
Was it
right.
open?
Tractor Supply's open until 9. They're incredible.
Okay.
I could, if I ever want to spend, hey, you have 4 hours, nothing to do, I go to Tractor Supply right away, especially if they had the ducks and the chicks in there.
Got her food.
But I got her food. But anyway, I come back and I'm texting you guys I'm like, is the game over? Who won? Simple text back. I think Creighton won. Let me check. I go, no. That was so fun. So they go, no, it's on. It's on right now. It's on later at that. So I turned it on. It was 40-28.
That's right.
40-28.
Nebraska.
And then I hopped in the shower.
Okay.
And I came back out and it was tied 44-44.
First of all, too much information.
Yes.
But
so at 11 minutes, I locked in at the 11-minute mark about when I locked into the game.
Yeah. Jake.
And
what happened?
What happened?
Here's what happened. Nebraska got out-hustled.
That's it.
Minnesota
You nailed it.
in the first half was just bad. We know that's a very average at best team. They're
Right.
more of a bad basketball team.
They're not very good.
They lost one of their best players to the portal. Jamison Battles now on Ohio State.
Yeah.
Dawson Garcia, a good player, hardly played
In the first
game.
minutes, yeah.
He had no points last night.
Rolled his ankle.
None.
Bill
36
could
points
relate.
the previous game, 0 points, didn't play hardly any minutes at all. Played 6 minutes of action last
He
night.
was really gimpy.
And Nebraska his second half, they didn't show up. They didn't show up at all for a second.
Not really.
The turnovers were hideous. They were sloppy, driving the ball. They dribbled off their leg. Bryce Williams at one point grabbed a guy's ankle, got a flagrant foul because he's on the ground and was trying to get him to they called the travel in the court, didn't realizing that Bryce had actually grabbed his ankle. That's why he traveled. Gets a flagrant after review. And it's just like they lost their minds. They lost their head in the second half.
Give Minnesota some credit here. I mean, they
played really hard.
They
did
like savages in the second half. I mean, they were really locked in. Robbie Hummel said it. He said it just very simply. You know who Robbie Hummel is?
Yes, the former Purdue player.
Yeah, you remember him?
I don't remember.
BTN analyst.
I do now. Yes, I do. Okay,
you remember?
Yeah, I was
good at Purdue.
I watch him on BTN.
Yeah, he said it very flatly. Minnesota's just playing harder than Nebraska. Minnesota's just playing harder, and they were playing. Now that's not good. That's not good for Fred because the one thing Trev Alberts said, and he said it a couple of weeks ago on the radio. The main thing he wants to see from Nebraska teams is that they're tough, hard-nosed, relentless, play with an edge. That's what Nebraskans want, he said. Last 2 games, that's not what Fred's team has been. They got outworked both games. Now, it's not, Jake, this isn't time to panic. It's one game. It's two losses.
games.
They're 7-2. I mean, it's not like the season's a disaster.
Right.
They have a big game.
A big part of the season was, which I talked to Jake departing PBA
Creighton on Sunday.
On Sunday, I said, I go, this next.
You guys were walking through the slush.
You did. Through the snow.
And I had my hood up. And we're like, hey, the Minnesota Michigan State game will determine a lot of how this season goes.
I'm not pushing back, but they still got Michigan State.
Yes, they do. It was
a pissed off Michigan State team with 4 losses, knowing they can't afford to come in here and lose a game. Like they're 4-4. You think Tom Izzo's going to come in and say, "Oh, our season's over"? No, they find a way to get back on track every year. They're always in the tournament.
They might not be quite ready, though, to get back
on track. Nebraska just had an epic collapse where, again, 24 points allowed the first half, 52 in the second. They stopped playing defense. As Fred Hoiberg said in postgame, they stopped rebounding. I mean, they were going after the ball with both hands in the first half. They were lazily going after rebounds in the second half.
Minnesota
the entirety.
There was one play. And it was late, but it was still. I would say the game is in. There was.
I know where you're going.
Shoots a free throw.
Yep, the little guy Hawkins
shoots a free throw.
Elijah Hawkins
goes off the front of the rim, and he just darts through the lane.
Gets the rebound.
He gets the rebound.
Yeah, that was late. That was late, but it typified.
That was one of those plays where you remember
100.
This is a Gophers team that in late November lost to San Francisco by 18 points.
They're not
the Dons.
They're not great.
76-58. They just lost by 10 to Ohio State. They're 6-3.
But I do want to emphasize something. Ben Johnson, their coach, got to them at halftime.
He did. He did.
Right. He got to them. Whatever he said got to them. They played like their lives depended on it. They did. It was
very tight defense. On the
tight defense, and they were going after loose balls and hammering the boards. And
they were angry when they rebounded.
Yeah. Yep. Billy saw it. You saw it exactly the way I saw it. Now, here's the deal. The one other thing I want to add, and this is somebody smart said this to me a couple weeks ago. Nebraska has size, but they're not explosive inside. Minnesota is explosive. You saw it. They're very explosive inside. Mast is a good player. I think you guys would agree. I think we all agree. He might be their best player in Nebraska's. Not explosive, though. He's not you don't see him up hanging on the rim. He's not going to block a bunch of shots. He's not that guy.
He had 4 points last night.
Yeah.
4 points, 5 rebounds.
See, where Nebraska, they could use Cater right now around the rim against these Big Ten teams that are very strong. Minnesota had 2 or 3 guys that are really strong around the rim.
They were. Then we had the concern. We had the safety concern about the 6-minute mark when Jake texts us, "I'm going to punch a wall."
I'll give you a report. I did not punch a hole in the wall, but
he did punch a hole in the wall.
You can ask my wife. I was very loud during this game. I've gotten used to losing over the years, so I've kind of let things go.
I have you
in football, basketball, everything. I know it sounds rough, but it's true. Right. Last night, you would think I was watching a team that should be in the tournament because the way they just fell apart and just did nothing right, offensively, defensively, anything. I was very upset. I was loud. I was vocal, and I don't regret that at all because that was terrible. Bryce Williams, tale of 2 halves. 17 points in the first, 1 point in the second half.
Really good in the first.
Had some bad. Again, I don't want to call one guy off, but he's bad defense second half. Had some rough drives. Had the flagrant foul. But it was more than him though. Nobody played well in the second half. This team has a crisis at point guard. They do.
Ooh, easy.
Hang on to this because
I don't know about
Jamarcus Lawrence was a very good shooting guard last year, right?
Yes.
Sam Griesel was a great point guard, a very good, reliable point guard, and you could count on Sam with handling the ball, making good passes, scoring. Jamarcus Lawrence is a shooting guard at heart, being forced to play point guard. Last night, your starting point guard had 16 points. That's great. The problem is 7 turnovers, 1 assist. It's a horrible ratio for your point guard. And they had sloppy turnovers.
That's a rough stat. You're right.
And it all starts with point guard. Again, that Jamarcus was not coming to college as that position.
No, you're right. There's supposed to be Aaron Eulis this year. There's supposed to be Aaron Eulis. He's suspended.
Yes.
You're right.
But Jerron Coleman, I'm sorry, he's not reliable either.
No,
Boogie Coleman from Ball State has not been great this year when he's played for Nebraska.
He's a little slow of foot. Now the reason, Jake, you hear that, what would you call the anger in your voice?
Yeah.
Partly because they've collapsed 2 straight games. They did collapse against Creighton too. That was a collapse. They lost by 30 on their home. They lost by 30 on their home court, 29. So there's been 2 collapses. Fred's got his hands full now. He does. Now there's a little pressure. The fun part's over. 7-0 is over. The easy part of the schedule's over. You knew this was going to be tough, this 4-game stretch. They got Michigan State, then Kansas State. And I thought 3-1 was doable.
Well, I think also, though,
it's not doable now.
You start Big Ten play. And again, you always want to start at home. But if you can't start at home, start at a bad team. It's an ideal start to Big Ten play. You're playing at a bad Minnesota team.
No, 100.
Go get a road win and get a conference win.
100.
Get over that Creighton loss, which was horrible to end the first half. Obviously, second half was terrible. Get over it. Move on. Get the big win on the road against a bad team and get yourself feeling better. Okay, that was one bad game.
Well, you're right.
They played 20 minutes, and they did not play anywhere near the last 20 minutes at all of that game.
A good first 20 minutes. 1,000 people there at the game.
It was quiet. There was
no one there. There was no one. The student section had like 40 people.
So it wasn't a real bad environment. I mean, it wasn't a real tough environment.
It was not a hostile environment.
It wasn't tough at all.
Right.
Yeah. Again, the ideal place to start off your conference season.
By the way, Tominaga 0 for 4. You got nothing from Tominaga.
Great defense. They played him intentionally.
Bill knows this. He played basketball. And if you notice how they he did. Yeah. You know what they did with Tominaga, they just tried to deny him the ball game, and that's a pain. If you're a shooting guard who's a little undersized, okay, and they had a
great plan.
Yeah, they have a 6'4", 6'5" guy with long arms trailing you all night long, not even wanting you to catch the ball. It's difficult.
Yeah,
he only got 4 shots up, Jake. You got 4 shots up. That's it.
4 free throws. And if you he had 4 points. 4 for 4 in free throws, but 0 for 5 on 3.
5. I'm sorry. He got 5 shots up.
5 shots, 4 3-point attempts. Yeah.
They didn't let him get the
ball.
That's
based off of defense.
Yeah. Right. It is. They were
no different. It's no different in high school when you were playing SIP and son. It's like they come out and they're playing, whether it be a good team or not. It's like they're playing a 2-3 zone. Like I'll have open spots all day long, all game. Or I've got somebody that's man to man and they're in my face. They pitch at half court.
Hated it.
Half court. You're like going, oh, that's gonna be a long day.
Great. Yeah. If Jerry Godowski on me all day long.
At half court.
This is gonna be awesome.
It's fun.
Can't wait for this.
Yeah.
What about Chip Bodge?
Same thing. Chip Bodge, like my size, but he had long arms. He had arms of a 6'8" guy. I'm just like, okay. Anyway, did
you go between your legs a lot?
It was trouble last night, and it's trouble right now. It is trouble. They're still pretty good though, and Michigan State's not great. So you'll probably have another close game, Jake. Jake's got a headache right now.
I want to say again, the first half was positive. I felt great. I texted some buddies saying, "Hey, good first half,
real good."
And they said, "Yeah," and then that was like the kiss of death.
I turned it on when it was 40-28. I go, "This, I'm
still feeling good."
I'm going to watch this. I'm going to watch this. But I'm going to shower real quick." They came back. It was like, "What just happened?"
It was something where by the 10-minute mark they were trailing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Against a team that they could not score in the first half.
You didn't feel great at the 10-minute mark. The ship was going to be righted.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. No, you're right.
You got outscored by 26 points in the second half.
It's
possible. They doubled you up in the second half.
It's possible that Minnesota's a little better than we're portraying. Hawkins got going a little bit in the second half.
He had 12 points in.
Yeah, Mitchell was 5 for 14 on the night, but he hit a couple big shots. But inside, that Olad Joseph was really tough. And who else? Oh, Farrell Payne was tough inside. Those guys were tough inside. They made it really hard for Nebraska.
I'm pretty stunned to see that the rebounds were tied in this game. I thought they got every rebound in the second half. Minnesota. It felt like that every 50-50 ball went to Minnesota in the second half. And that's credit to hustle for them.
Yeah, Minnesota had 14 second chance points.
What were we overall, the Nebraska Huskers, on 3 points? Obviously,
Nebraska was 5 for 18.
Yeah,
so
5
they
for
were
18.
2 for 22 against Creighton, 5 for 18 last night.
Yeah, Fred,
and like nothing in the second half.
Fred has his hands full. Fred now 18 and 62 in the Big Ten. That's a 225 clip.
Say that one more time, Sip.
Fred Hoiberg, 18 and 62 in the Big Ten. This would be his 5th year. 225 clip.
Is that good?
It's usually not. It seems like people in this market think Fred's pretty good. I'm yet to see it. No, I'm sorry. Yes, last year was
fact right now.
Last year, I'm sorry, Bill. Last year was. I can be a little unruly. Now here's the deal. Last year was all right. I mean, they had a good year.
500.
Yeah, 500 team. That's that's fine. And they they were Jake. Had they beat Minnesota in that last game, were they going to the NIT?
I think they had a good chance. Yeah.
So they were on the cusp of the NIT last year.
They sure were. And
now this year, you would expect that they could be a bubble team, right?
And they still can, but
they can. They can. These
But-
two losses hurt though. Losing by 30 on your home court.
I mean, the Creighton loss won't hurt them in terms of their RPI and net.
No.
But the Minnesota game could. That hurt them last year. That kept them out of the NIT last year, that loss.
Yeah.
In the Big Ten tournament.
I think it did.
You beat Iowa.
I think it did.
You beat Iowa on the road to end your season. Okay, feeling great. Let's go get a run on the Big Ten tournament. No. Let's lose the first game to the 14th seed.
It's hard to
Terrible.
It's hard to paint a rosy picture on 18 and 62. It's hard. It's just hard to do. I mean, not many. Okay, I would ask you this question, guys. Fred's a fifth-year coach, right? If you looked at every fifth-year coach in the nation, do you think you could find a 225 winning percentage in conference in his fifth year? Fred might be the only fifth-year coach to be allowed to lose at that rate. I mean, would you think there's another fifth-year coach out there with a conference record that's it's 0.225?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
We talked about I think it's Rick Stockstill, I believe, the head coach at Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, he got whacked.
Just
right?
got let go, but he was in the magical club that he had over 100 losses.
That's right.
That's hard. To get to 100 losses is almost impossible because you just don't get to them. That you're let go.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Before it
Getting to 18 and 62 is not easy to do. I mean, I kind of tip my cap to him. And I'm not calling for Fred's job. I'm not doing that. I'm not Jake. Yeah. This season, there's a lot left to play, and they can beat Michigan State. They're good enough to beat Michigan State.
They can, but they got to get out of their heads.
Don't hear me doing that. I'm not doing that. But you can't ignore the record. You just can't act like it's not there. Right.
From YouTube, we got Douglas. Douglas says he was at the game last night in Minnesota.
Oh, wow.
Brutal. Need a point guard. Need a big man. No one to take charge when the tide turned. All 3,000 Gopher fans were a minute away from leaving before they turned the tide in that game.
3,000.
That's
it.
There was no one there.
Bill, that's a big arena.
It was like they had the camera kind of squoze down, so they just like don't show the crowd.
Yeah.
Don't show the crowd.
Hey, that's a big arena. 3,000 people. It's a lot of
8 p.m. tip-off for not a marquee game for that program.
I was telling Jake as you're watching the camera face the benches, and there was numerous seats right behind the benches with no one in them. They're kind of the old school plastic seats.
Yeah.
It's like they're like from like
that's all we can do here.
1984. They were brand new.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, both coaches, I said on the text, they look like their lives depended on the win. You could see stress on Fred's face, serious stress. Same with Ben Johnson.
I agree.
I mean, Ben Johnson, he's under fire too.
Mm-hmm. He's a rough tenure there. Very rough.
Yeah. And you could see it, man. You could see it on his face.
Yeah. He doesn't. Like I said, he doesn't have. When you look at it, it's like he should be doing good there. I'm like I said, I just look at their facility they play in. They don't get much interest. The Minnesota football does not get much interest.
No.
Once. Why is that, by the way?
I don't know. I don't understand. It's kind of one of those quote pro towns.
Well,
it's a Vikings town. It's which is kind of crazy. And it is
T-Wolves town.
If Minnesota, to sell out and have a crazy crowd there, that doesn't happen.
They'd have to be really good.
But at the same time, they've had some success with Tubby Smith, with Richard Pitino. Like they have not been a downtrodden team for these years.
They've done some.
They've made the tournament.
Yeah, they made it with Richard
and Tubby before that.
Oh, Tubby.
Both guys had
it going.
Pretty decent tenures in Minnesota.
When McHale was there,
back in the day.
Kevin McHale.
Yes, back in the day.
His shoulders are on backwards.
When you were in Pender. Were you in Pender at that time? Yeah, you would have been. No, you would have been, for sure.
Yeah,
unless you were in Fullerton.
Pender, I think.
Yeah.
I guess in Pender.
You were a boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huskers again.
Shooting three.
Huskers fall.
There's no 3-point line. I would have averaged 50.
76-65.
You say that every time to people when they would have a 3-point line would average 50. Okay, sorry, Jake. Go.
The final score.
Yeah, wrap it up, Jake.
76-65 Gophers beat the Huskers. They outscored Nebraska by 26 points in the second half. 52-26 second half for the Gophers, outscoring the Huskers. Nebraska, 5:30 p.m. Sunday against Michigan State.
Such an
here
odd
at
time.
Pinnacle Bank Arena. Right in the middle of NFL games.
Are we
Come on,
going?
man.
Are we going? On this show,
I don't know if I'm going to the game.
Ooh.
Mine's based off of Keith Mann.
Well, you're going to get a pass.
Well, I want to build a cover for the ticket.
Jake,
I
I'm leaning
I
toward
might
going.
be there. I might be there.
Yeah, I'm leaning toward Josh.
Josh will be there.
Josh
is always
thumbs up.
there. He's always there.
He's probably working for FS1,
Yeah.
Big Ten Network,
Big BTN.
BTN. Izzo's in town. Probably.
How about
Big deal.
How about the people that Josh talks to? I mean, he's with FS1. He's with ESPN, and he's it's incredible. I mean, he's talking to like the high brass.
Yeah.
At ESPN. They
Just
call
a
him
college
directly.
kid. Just more than that, though.
Handling
Way
the
more than
broadcast.
that.
He was leading me around
Yeah.
PBA.
Yes.
He goes, Zip, I can take a break.
Yeah.
I can take a break here. I'll
I'll help you out.
yeah. Come on, old man.
Help. Come with me. Follow me.
We were doing it was I don't know who we were playing. It's a big game. I think it was Oklahoma, like 91 at home, maybe, or 93, whatever it was. And Kathy Woody comes in.
Woody.
Like, he gets like a Bill Dick for Meals on the phone, wants to talk to you. I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. No, Dick for Meals on the phone would like to talk to you. I'm like, hello, this is Bill. Hey, Bill, Dick for Meal. I'm like, hey, Coach, what's up? I just like talking to the graduate assistant. Things he telling me a little bit more what's going on.
Because he was doing the game?
He's doing the game.
Wow.
He was doing the game.
You never told this story.
I love this.
You were a GA.
GA, Dick for Meal calls.
You had bought your own pants.
He had bought my own pants at this time. Yes, just to try to be part of this of the team. And that was Kathy Woody came back. It's like, hey, Dick for Meals on the phone. I gave her like, whatever. I didn't get up. She goes, no, I'm serious. Dick for Meals on the phone wants to talk to you. So I go in and then they send it in like, you know,
It's incredible.
I said, hello? Yes. Hey, Bill, Dick Vermeil. Hello, Mr. Vermeil. And I'm kind of like, is this real? Is this real?
Amazing.
Yeah, he goes, I'll be honest, I love talking to the graduates. They tell me more stuff I want to hear. So I want to talk about
How about that?
I want to talk about Oklahoma.
Were you locked in?
What's that? Yeah, I locked in.
Did you know? Could you answer his questions?
Yes, I could. I wasn't like, hey, and on the third play we're going reverse pass, so look for that. You know, I didn't give him
Play
that.
alert.
Yeah.
Play alert. Play
Keep
two.
an eye out for that
Shade.
one.
Look for that. How about Vermeil though, doing that level of homework?
Yeah, I mean,
That's impressive.
he was like that. He was like that. And then the other one that I showed around the facilities that also that did the games at the time, Cheryl Miller.
Really?
Cheryl Miller.
Was she doing sideline?
Yeah, she was doing like I think it was sideline, I believe, and she was incredibly prepared also.
That's Reggie's
Yeah.
sister.
I know
Reggie's
that. Yeah,
sister.
I know that.
Yeah, and so I showed her all around the facility.
God, Cheryl
Yeah.
Miller.
Yeah.
Legend.
No big whoop.
Yeah, no big whoop.
Legend.
Yeah.
You know, when I said you bought your own pants, you did buy your own pants to fit in with the other guys.
Yeah, that's when I wasn't working there.
We were talking.
Imagine going to work every day, have to stand outside, wait for the door to open, someone to walk out, so you can sneak in. So I'd do every day. I'd stand outside the South Stadium, the red doors, and be like, oh, I hope someone leaves so I can get in because I don't have keys. I don't work here. And
technically.
I do not work here. And then, but the cool part is how you can, like I said, when you drive to the away games and you park a couple hours, you're there 2 hours ahead and you just find a place to park, just wait for the buses to pull up and just kind of get in line and walk in. I walked into every stadium. It's amazing. If you act like you know what you're doing.
Confidence.
Oh, yeah.
Like Connor Stallion.
Yeah, Connor Stallion.
you were.
I'm not,
He was the original Connor Stallion.
No. Oh, I
Push back.
wasn't stealing anything. I was just trying to get a job.
That's true.
Yes.
When we come, we'll have more when we come back in early break in the ticket.
That was.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at owlfiber.com to experience the exceptional.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Hi, this is Cameron Hall, owner of Doors Plus. If you're looking to upgrade your garage door, my team and I are here to help. Doors Plus represents 5 major garage door manufacturers, so you have plenty of options when looking to upgrade. Doors Plus prides itself on a fast but reliable service with a 3 to 5 week lead time to complete your entire project. We have multiple commercial installation crews in order to get your project done efficiently and correctly. Give Doors Plus a call for your new commercial garage door at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-to-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentoown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
John Henry's would like to remind you, if you haven't already, to unhook your outdoor hoses and check faucets for leaks so your pipes don't freeze. As the official plumber of the Huskers, you know who to call when a plumbing issue arises. From frozen pipes to clogged drains, we can help you protect your home this winter. Give John Henry's a call today to schedule at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Don't miss the most innovative ag technology that exists today on display in Lincoln at the Nebraska Ag Expo, the second largest indoor ag show in the U.S., December 5th, 6th, and 7th. Check out all the latest technology in row crop and livestock production, robotics, and more at the expanded Innovation Hub. Mark your calendar. That's December 5th, 6th, and 7th. Register online at NebraskaAgExpo.com to get your tickets in advance and save $5. See you in Lincoln. The Nebraska Ag Expo is sponsored in part by Farm Credit Services of America and Ag Direct.
This
good morning, little brother.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Dana Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A reminder, if you are looking for some gifts for the holidays, don't know where to start, where to finish, how about one spot, Sip? Omaha Steaks.
Oh, yeah.
Meat is the best for employees, friends, clients, anybody. Omaha Steaks can get you 50% off right now for a limited time, and you can get 8 free pure ground filet mignon burgers with qualifying orders. Every purchase backed up by their unconditional money-back guarantee. Go to omahasteaks.com/the-ticket for this delicious deal.
They have to be the only meat product sales that has money-back guarantee.
I love it. I don't know what that means, but I really like it.
It's incredible.
I like it.
I'm
I'm
telling you, those burgers, those
Yeah.
burgers are so good. They're so good.
They're
Because
delightful.
I'm way different than you guys. I would much rather have. If you have, what's the option? You want a bone-in ribeye? You want a New York strip? You want that, or do you want a cheeseburger? I want a cheeseburger. I'll take it every time. Steak doesn't interest me.
I don't
hate it.
I don't even believe you right now.
That's 100%. I'll always take it. Hundo, yeah. I've never once been to my wife, man, I want to go out and get a good steak.
See,
never.
That hurts me.
A good cheeseburger, yes. If I have a good steak,
Jake.
I'm happy. If I have
Jake. You hurt him.
You hurt me, Bill.
But if I have one,
he's hurt.
If I have a good steak, I'm sure if I had one of the steaks, I'd be happy.
That's true.
And I've had a good steak. I'm just saying, if I have my option, which one do you want? Do you want a cheeseburger, or do you want whatever steak you want? I'm like, give me a cheeseburger.
I'm not hurt. I'm just astounded.
Yeah, 100.
That's probably a better response than mine.
Yeah.
Astounded may be better than hurt. But,
that's fine. I love a cheeseburger too. I do.
No,
It's guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure.
I'd much rather have a cheeseburger. That's why the filet mignon burgers mean so much to me.
They're tender.
I'm like Jake. If I get a steak in front of me,
it's like, all right.
I almost start crying out of emotion.
Happy tears.
Yeah.
Happy
It's
tears.
emotional.
I know it's not probably the best cut, but you know what I always get?
What?
The New York strip.
Yeah,
That's
it's good.
It's a great cut.
It's not like it's not the champion. It's not the filet. But
They're good though. I'm
a big fan of the New York strip.
Well, from the text line, Ron and Jake hates me. There's a text line.
Okay.
Apparently, say I'm with Bill on this one.
Ooh.
They both agree with you on this take of
I would just
cheeseburger
be
over steak and general.
way happier.
But you can get burgers with this.
I wouldn't knock the steak out of your hand. I wouldn't slap your plate or nothing at that. I'd be like, get whatever you want. I'll have the burger.
That'd be the filet mignon burger right now.
Exactly.
Are you medium rare on your cheeseburger? Medium rare? Medium?
Yeah.
Medium rare?
Medium. Just medium.
Medium rare is the best.
Medium.
That's the best.
Yeah, medium.
Absolutely.
We like our steak the same, Jake. I trend towards rare, but I always say medium rare. If you say rare, people look at you funny.
I don't do rare.
No.
Don't want that.
Anyway.
Okay, so we talked basketball the first segment because Nebraska had the epic implosion last night. But football, portal, this is now day 4.
Portal.
The portal is open for the 4th day of the week. Now, I'm curious if anything from our conversation yesterday, has anything changed from Nebraska? Any news at all from Nebraska yesterday?
Well,
in
on
the quarterback
quarterback front, no. I mean, it's pretty clear they're with Cam Ward for an extended period, but that plane came back and it's in Ainsworth now. We might have hit a little lull in the nationwide search.
Nationwide is on your side.
Thank you,
for a QB.
Like that jingle.
There's is there 5? Shapen,
Blake Shapen, Baylor.
Sam Levitt at Michigan State, Will Howard at Kansas State, Kyle McCord at Ohio State, and then Cam Ward. Seems to be the guys right now. And you might hit a lull. Now I haven't heard this from anybody, source, official or unofficial, whatever. I would think they might try to bring in a guy this weekend, but I don't know that. Bring in a guy to see the campus. Meet the big man. Because Rule hasn't been on these flights with Satterfield. I know that because Rule's meeting with recruits that are committed. He's been around Nebraska, I think he's been around the area. So Rule has not been with Satterfield on these flights. So you'd think maybe if they got a guy like Sam Levitt, I got to think is going to – well, Sam Levitt said he was going to visit Lincoln, but he didn't know when. So maybe that'd be this weekend, and he'd meet with the big man.
Yeah.
Right? Now, we'll see, though.
Jake had an interesting take, and it does kind of add up to me. And should never be the reason why. But with McCord, I could see him being like, I really don't want to go play Ohio State next year. Not because I'm angry at him. I'm just saying I could see him being like, I just kind of want out of this league. I could see someone saying, you know what?
Yes.
I want to be in the ACC. I want to be in the Big 12. I want to be somewhere else.
One of the On3 national writers actually said that he doesn't. he would prefer that, not to play Ohio State. Does Nebraska go to? Yeah, they go to Ohio. Yeah, would McCord want to go to Columbus?
No, I don't think that's your first tough game. You could be 7-0, and then that's your first real tough game.
Now, here's the question. Here's the question as it relates to McCord and Nebraska, because there are people who think Nebraska got shot here. Would that be a deal breaker? I think it could be.
It shouldn't be, because it should be the overall picture. One game shouldn't do. I was just thinking overall they'd like to be out of the league. Yeah. That's just my. And I have no idea.
Rutgers is a factor in this conversation. Yeah. Rutgers.
That could be.
No, I know. Rutgers is a factor.
I'm just saying, if I just go with this one. If it was me, I'd be like going, I'm going to go to the Big 12
or somewhere,
or I want to go some.
Where else would you want to? Now, wait a second. If you were Kyle McCord, where would you want to go? Wouldn't you want to go to the SEC? Maybe.
SEC, maybe. What about a place like Oklahoma State?
Interesting.
Good team, winners.
Yeah.
I believe their quarterback, because he was a transfer from Texas Tech.
Bowman, yeah. I think he's probably done.
I think he's done. He has to be done. So
does he fit with Gundy?
I have no idea. But I'm just saying that's a place
that offense.
That kind of place would interest me.
Yeah.
That would interest me a lot.
Yeah, I can see that.
And so certain places that kind of interest you. And, but like I said, it'll be fun to follow. With the portal, it went to. I was listening to Mike Farrell.
Okay.
I was listening to Mike. I did a little podcast with Mike Farrell.
Farrell's great.
The Godfather.
Yeah, he does.
Farrell's great.
And he said that he felt the number would reach 1,500 in the portal by the end of the week, and he thinks it's going to go over that. That's where he thinks it was already at like 1,200 yesterday.
I wonder what
it's like 1,500, but there's only it's not even 1%. It's lower than 1% of the guys that go in the portal within hours have all these offers, and within 2 or 3 days they have their spot. There's 1,400 of them that are just sitting there right now, and they're being idly looked at. But there's the ones that are like, I saw North Texas has a receiver that was unbelievable. And he has 12 offers. UTSA had a pass rusher. I think he had 17 or 18 sacks. He'll have, because the position again, unlimited offers.
Yes.
So there's certain guys that just jump out, and then they try to figure it out from there. But he mentioned that schools use him because they have a one-stop shop with the payment, obviously.
Farrell
has a one-stop shop for the portal. Everyone that goes in instantly tells you years remaining, film available, everything about him. Because his take was the reason some schools do it is that they don't have staffs. You can't keep up with it. You can't keep up with all of a sudden. Imagine the first day wherever you were at.
Yeah.
Imagine all of a sudden it's going to be like, okay, 1,200 just went into the portal, and somewhere in there's probably 4 guys that we want. And is he a pass rusher from Wyoming? Is he and you're trying to figure out who these guys are.
Remember,
I mean, it's complete mayhem.
Right. I had said, and this is just, I don't know, it's amateur hour here when I do this, but I thought a staff should just have a transfer portal coach or a transfer portal monitor.
They have a plan. Every place has a plan. But it's a lot.
I know.
It's a lot to have. I mean, could you imagine if all of a sudden, without you knowing, there's the free agents in the NFL, a full year ahead.
Mm-hmm.
They're up. Their contract's up. They're free agents unless they resign.
Right.
You have no idea. All of a sudden, it's like they just photobomb you with 1,200, and you're like going like, and also there's a lot of people that for fun they go in the portal and they're just retiring.
Right.
They just do it for fun. They go down and go in the portal. They think, well, I'm done. But what if?
And they get it.
What if Auburn calls?
Right. Yeah.
You never know.
And they get it put on social media. Their big send off.
Oh, the whole day. Yes. So blessed. So blessed.
Oh, there it was again.
Okay, so the Nebraska quarterbacks that they've looked at, I think I can do the ratings off the top of my head. Ward is the top rated quarterback in the portal. Cam Ward,
Washington State.
Will Howard is number 3. McCord's number 7. These are the on-3 quarterback portal rankings.
It sounds like Ward and Gabriel are going to end up at USC in Oregon.
Okay. Now,
not who is it? The Big Ten.
Shapen is 22, and Levitt's 26. So all of them are basically top 25 quarterbacks that Nebraska's looking at.
Where was Sims last year?
I don't know.
By the way, Jeff Sims is going into the portal also.
Sounds like
that was yesterday.
Yeah, he's expected to go in the portal.
I would go I'd wait until he's in the portal.
I don't understand those reports. Expected to go. Anyway, Okay, now wait a second. You're saying Ward is bound for?
No, I think Ward and Gabriel will end up at USC and Oregon.
Which one? Which?
If I had to guess, I'm going to say Gabriel to Oregon, and Ward to USC.
Gabriel would fit at Oregon.
Yes, he would.
Yeah,
and Ward would fit at USC. Yeah, Ward's big boy, 6'2", 223. That's I like. Jake, I like that size.
Again, I'd love to see what Ward. So Ward's number one.
Ward's his numero uno.
What was he 2 years ago?
No, he was the incarnate Ward.
Incarnate Word.
Yeah,
Incarnate Word.
Yeah. That's my point. So who did the best job? Washington State did the best job. They went to incarnate Ward and got a quarterback.
Yeah, and then he built his profile at Washington State, and poof, gone.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make him $1.5 million. He's probably $1.5 million.
He's gone because of the conference structure.
Yes, that's true.
If the Pac-12 was still the Pac-12, he'd be right there. They'd pay him. Oh, yeah, somehow Washington State has enough money to pay him.
Yep.
And I really have a hard time believing that he would leave to go to USC in the same league. I don't think he would do that. But once it went to no league, think of this next year. They're independents. They play 6 Mountain West.
They're
weird.
5. They're in a bad spot.
5.
They're bad.
Power
They're
5.
they're
1 FCS. They're in a bad spot.
Bad spot. That's it. There's no way to sugarcoat it.
That's why Jonathan Smith left.
Yep.
And we can't blame him. He went kicking and screaming. Someone told me this, but I didn't see it. That Jonathan Smith took all of his Oregon State gear to Goodwill. So it has so always put your name in. So you can get like a Jonathan Smith beaver jacket.
No keepsake there.
That's
Beaver believer.
That's a great haul for Goodwill.
That is very good.
Wow. Good. Will. Thank you, Jake.
You're welcome. Thank you. When we come back, Rick Heyman's Song of the Day and early break in the ticket.
Here we go.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
It's 3 games for the price of 2. Don't miss a Western Conference Finals rematch between the Lincoln Stars and the Fargo Force, December 8th through 10th at the Icebox. You can purchase a December weekend package now to lock in your seats for all 3 games while only paying for the value of 2 of them. Skate on down to the Icebox or head to LincolnStars.com to purchase your tickets today.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Kreekak, at 402-474-1173.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Move over, Jake.
I'm moving. Jeez.
Thursdays are reserved for a man with a wider range of music knowledge than Jake could ever dream of.
This is the golden era. You would hear this on any radio station. You know, it wasn't like it is now.
Okay.
You know, you got country, you got R&B, you got pop, you got rap, you got rock. They didn't have that then. You heard everything.
A man who knows a good song when he hears it, just as much as a good diamond when he sees it.
You get a diamond!
Yes, I do get a diamond. I get a diamond, and that makes me happy.
It's time for Rick Heyman's Song of the Day, sponsored by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket.
Once again, your song of the day, Frankenstein by Edgar Winter Group, 464-56851 1 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating on Rick Heyman's Sartor Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day.
I have no words.
That's gold. That was beautiful. Well done.
Steve Sipple.
Well done.
I'm on 3.
It's one. Stop. It's one of the. It's one of those songs. Tell me this hasn't happened to you, where you're driving. It's like, this is a cool song. Wait a second. No words.
They're gonna sing ever in this thing? No, it's just guitar.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah, it's good. That's good. That's interesting. That's the first time, I'm sure, that we've had a questionable song of the day that had no words.
Wordless.
I did it once, and
you did?
Kaz laughed at me. Remember that? We'll review that.
What song was it?
I forget. I meant to play a song, and when I dubbed it didn't have any words in it. It was just the instrumental. It was
Tried the
chaos.
wrong one.
It was chaos. Yeah, that was not great.
Okay, no, well, this Rick meant to do that. That was not
this
chaos.
was intentional this time.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy good. That's pretty crazy good when you hear it, especially with headphones on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I give that a solid 7. Just a 7-0.
Solid 7. I'm just going with you have to have a base that you live by. And I was always Colin Cowherd, I used to listen to him all the time, and this was a big thing of him. He used to always talk because he goes, I don't go to concerts to hear guitar riffs or people putting the microphone out in the crowd for them to sing. I paid to hear you sing, so long guitar riffs don't do anything. It's the same with me. I think it's an incredible talent, but it doesn't interest me at all. It's a 2.
I'll go with the 3.5. I'm kind of with Bill on that. Yeah, I like to hear singing. He's a great.
I'm a lyrics guy.
He's a great guitar player.
Is donating his time.
The talent is incredible. It's just like I said, guitar riffs don't do anything for me. I think Josh will give it a 9. He'll love it.
No, I'm going to go with a 5. He likes words too. I'm going 5 for Josh.
7, Josh.
7? Oh, wow!
Because the bass, I knew it. I knew that.
9.5. Love when the bass and the guitar play the same thing. Yeah.
Ooh, the guitar and the bass are playing the same thing on that.
So, all right. Well, good read there, Bill.
Roughly the same.
Josh.
Yeah. Hey, Rick is donating his time.
I have to be honest with.
Rick likes honesty.
There's such thing as diplomacy.
It was diplomacy. He was honest.
I gave my reason. I have to have. I respect the skill set.
You're fine.
Guitar riffs and people singing in the crowd doesn't do anything for me.
Well, we are now joined by Rick Heyman, Sauter Heyman Jewelers. Rick, good morning. Frankenstein, your song of the day today.
Frankenstein, yes. Thank you for those horrible ratings.
Okay, we do what we do. You know that, Rick.
Yeah, Josh knows, okay?
He does.
Okay, so before we get to this song, real quick, I texted you guys yesterday about Jake's song. If you guys ever needed evidence that cocaine ruined pop and rock music, that's the song from Jake's song yesterday.
Michael Cimbello, Maniac, yesterday.
Oh yeah, I was down on that too. I have to remember
yes.
that too, Rick. I didn't give this a high score, but I didn't all of a sudden think Maniac was incrable.
No, that was a lapse by Jake. It was a horrible lapse.
Cocaine inspired there. Okay. I saw Edgar Winter twice. Once at Pershing and once at the Grove.
Oh, the Grove.
Wow. Later. But I saw Edgar Winter when this album came out at Pershing. And it was incredible. They Only Come Out at Night was the name of the record. Edgar Winter, amazing talent. Plays every instrument better than most. It's an interesting song, Frankenstein. It was, let me find my notes here. It was coined by the band's drummer, Chuck Ruff. The fact that the original recording of the song was much longer than the final version. The band would often deviate from the arrangement into less structured jams. It required numerous edits to shorten it. Now, back in those days, it was called splicing. We didn't have digital where we could, copy and paste and throw a piece into another track. It was done with tape and razor blades. Just incredible process that they went through back then. But they shortened it up. And I saw him live do it twice. He played many of the instruments on the track, including the keyboards, alto sax, and the timbales. If you listen to the whole track, there's a big drum jam towards the end that between him and the drummer, between Edgar and the drummer on the timbales. Really good. Originally, the song was not intended to be on the album, was only included on a whim as a last-minute addition. It was originally released as the B-side to the song Hanging Around, which is also a great song, and a song that I used to play in a band. But they were soon reversed by the label when the disc jockeys around the country, this is how important disc jockeys used to be, they kept getting calls from their audience saying, play that song again. So they switched the A-side and the B-side to this being the A-side, and it went on to become a #1 hit. We're in 1973, folks.
Nice year.
It's like take a refreshing shower, in the cool waters of 1973. I have so many great songs coming. You guys are not going to believe it.
Okay.
If you're going to
love that. I love that time era. You know that.
Yeah.
Bad
so
times.
Rick Derringer actually produced this song, but then he went on to play in the band. Ronnie Montrose was the original guitar player on this track, who is also another famous mega rocker, very, very famous. He put this band together in the early 70s. He also invented the keyboard body strap, where he would walk around stage with a little keyboard down below him. Nobody had ever done that before. And believe me, I had one of those back then. They weighed like 800 pounds. I don't know how he carried that thing around. But yeah, if you went and saw him live, he would whip that thing out and walk around and pick up the sax and play that and go do his drum solos and all that. So a lot of fun, great band, great song. The whole record is great. You should go listen to the entire record on YouTube if you can. So with that in mind, Stump the Sippers and the Coach.
Nice. Here we go.
Number 1 for Sip is Edgar Winter from Texas, Mississippi, or Arkansas.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay, Texas, Mississippi, or Arkansas. I should know this. I do have some working knowledge of Edgar Winter. I'll go Texas.
You get a diamond. Him and his brother Johnny.
I thought it was Arkansas.
Johnny, yeah, he had a brother, Johnny Winter. That's right.
Johnny Winter, amazing, talented blues.
Long blonde-haired dudes, too long, kind of strange-looking guys, right?
Yeah, and that leads us into the next question for
How
the Coach.
strange were they?
Sorry, Coach. Both Edgar and Johnny Winter had what genetic condition?
Oh, Jake will relate to this.
Yeah, I know this one.
I'm just going to throw this out. They were albino.
You get a diamond, yes! Brilliant!
They were like,
I know the answer to this one.
This is Jake Winter.
Yeah, Jake Winter. That's me. I'm the long lost cousin.
Keep that hat on the golf course, Jake.
I do. Oh, I do. Oh, I do, Rick.
Oh, I'm verklempt.
Albino.
Last question, and then I've got a general, okay?
Okay.
This
Ready.
is back to Sip.
Yeah, ready.
Has Edgar Winter won a Grammy Award, yes or no?
Hey, he's really talented. He was very, I don't know. He's multi-talented. Yeah, he has in something. Yes.
You get another diamond, yes, last year for the record Brother Johnny, best blues album.
Blues artist. Yeah, he's a blues.
Yeah.
Has he been at the zoo? Has he
no, he did. Johnny actually played in Lincoln right before he died at the Bourbon Theater back when it was down at the end of on 9th and O. He died like a week later.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Get one for Bill
he
now.
was here.
Okay.
They both. Well, Johnny had terrible drug and alcohol problems. This is relating to yesterday's show. I know you guys are busy, but fill in the blank. The Doobie blank. Band names.
I got that one. Brothers.
The Doobie Brothers? Yeah.
You get another diamond.
I get a diamond this time. Woohoo!
You kind of cut me off.
That was pretty good yesterday, Jake. Okay.
Which
so that's
Doobie
what I
you
got about the great Edgar Winter.
What's going on right now at Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Rick?
Tell us about the sales.
Hey, outlet store is 1 block away, 12th and O. We are open. We're on fire. Man, are we selling some beautiful items, anywhere up to 70% off, plus beautiful pre-loved estate items. You want to save some money this year? You want to be the hero of your family? Come down to the outlet. We're going to fix you up. And by the way, I got a video coming out today with my first 3 picks. Check out our Facebook to see that video and also our YouTube channel. I'm recording the next one this morning, so watch for those. We have gift with purchase right now, starting this week, which means that if you spend X amount, you're going to get an extra X amount to buy another item. Smoke and deal. We've got financing, interest-free. We have our catalog online, our digital catalog. We have our magazine online. Be the hero in your home. Come in to see Sauter Heyman Jewelers now. Check us out at Facebook and Instagram, and I'll post more interesting factoids about the great Edgar Winter on my personal Facebook at Rick Heyman.
Rick, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We'll chat with you again next week.
Thank you, Rick.
Bye-bye.
Rick Heyman's
Bye-bye.
Song of the Day, again, Frankenstein by Edgar Winter Group. Our next guest, top of the hour, is here, Mike Schaefer, an early break on the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's fishing season. Bad actors are trolling your business emails, luring you and your employees to take the bait and steal your private information. Make sure your cybersecurity keeps your business from being the catch of the day. At Hamilton, cybersecurity is our business. We are experts at keeping your network and business information secure and off the hook. Contact Hamilton for a vulnerability assessment today. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken dips. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Thursday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location coming to 70th and Pioneers by early 2024. And Bill, what do we have for Steve Shindler today?
Well, he's had a big week already, obviously.
He has.
His mind's always working. But he wanted to do something in conjunction with the Moonlight couple skating in the parking lot ice rink that's set up.
Good idea.
The west parking lot. It's on the west side, right, Steve?
Yeah, west lot.
West side. Yes, west lot. Yes. The same location of the turkey drop with the Target. Like that. But he is going to do tonight at 7:44. He is going to do a fireside reading of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
God.
So he's going to do a fireside reading of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
No way.
By Shin Daddy, coupled with s'mores, hot chocolate, and a wiener roast featuring Creighton locker dogs. Creighton makes their own hot dogs. And so you have to go out in the alley and whittle your own stick to cook your hot dog on. So you must be able to whittle that. That'll be the back alley right behind the bank.
There's an alley there.
There's an alley back there. So it's a fireside reading of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," and Steve will be the one that's reading that. Everyone will gather around. Warm clothing. The ice rink will be open. There will be soft Christmas music in the background, and Steve will own the night.
You got him on camera. Yeah, you got him on camera, Jake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's right there. I'll put him on again.
That's
there he is.
Steve Shindler.
He's right there. If you're watching the stream, Steve Schindler's in studio with us right now.
Yeah. I know you always have some questions, Steve.
Yeah. Now, is this just one reading? Is it one reading?
No, two readings. 7:44 is the first one, and 8:44.
Okay.
So if you can't make the first one, yes.
And does he have a special? Does it "'Twas the Night Before Christmas"? Is there a special place in Steve's heart for that?
It is. It's always been a special place. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. His mom used to read it to him.
Okay.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Yeah. So he's gonna have a fun night with that.
Yeah.
Just trying to give back to Creighton.
Yeah. And what? Now I got a question. What kind of crowd are they expecting?
He thinks so. No, he thinks they'll get a couple hundred for both. Yeah, a couple hundred for both.
Because
it's coupled with the couple skating with the Moonlight couple
so
skating.
So pretty much normal banking today.
Today in the banks, fairly normal.
Pretty normal.
Fairly normal like that. They're still, they still haven't got everything taken out from the lumberjack contest. Still some work to be done.
What was the sound effect there?
Hot sauce. Yeah.
Is there still some dust?
There's
around?
dust. There's some sawdust.
Yeah.
There's sawdust.
It's hard to get out. Yeah, it's hard to get out.
Is there just one fire? Is he going to be standing in front of the fire, and then people are circled around with their hot dogs? And
exactly.
Okay. I'm just trying to get the visual.
It's a great question, Schaefer. Thank you. And I should have been more clear with that because Steve wanted me to get that done. Thanks for Schaefer hitting on that. Yes.
I mean, think of the scene.
It's a small. It's not a podium. He's seated. Yeah. He wants to feel like he's one of the people.
Sure.
He's not talking down to people. He's like Burl Ives.
He's like Burl Ives. Yes. Think about the scene. Just close your eyes.
Just close your eyes. Can you hear the fire crackling?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear it. Close your eyes.
Smell the s'mores.
I can smell the stuff.
And hear the casing of the hot dogs start to pop a little bit.
Yeah. It's beautiful. And then on the west lot, they're skating.
Yes.
I mean, there's people skating.
There's an open fire.
It's a winter wonderland.
It's a winter wonderland.
It's perfect.
Yeah, there could be couples in various stages of their lives.
Yes.
Maybe
romantic. Yeah. Just dating.
Very weird thing.
Maybe old couples just hanging on.
Various stages of their lives.
Maybe some couples are thinking about maybe not staying together. Maybe,
but they're giving it one last shot.
I wouldn't mind getting divorced. Let's go skate. I wouldn't mind. I think maybe you're not for me, but I wouldn't mind going to see.
It's its own version of marriage.
Let's see if Steve Schindler can put this together. You'll have it, and I think if you guys are that couple, identify yourself with Steve. That you guys are struggling and thinking about ending your marriage, and then Steve can maybe pull you off to the side and have some.
Will he be ready for that?
He'll be ready for that. Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's ready for everything.
Yeah, he's ready for everything.
Schindler.
So if you're in that spot, if you're even in Lincoln or Omaha or Beatrice, drive up there if your marriage is falling apart. This is your chance to fix it.
Steve Shindler.
You have to wonder how many people of all these events that he's had that he's brought together, how many couples met because of the
That's
things
a great
that Steve,
question. Boom.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do some research. That's a great job.
He'll know.
Cindy.
Oh, he'll know too.
Yeah, he'll know.
He'll be aware.
Yeah, he'll know the number. He'll do a number. Not a number.
The romance.
The bank might have X amount of money in it at any time, but this is the real number.
The real number.
This is the community that we've invested in, right?
Yes, that's a great call right there. Yes.
Burl Ives tonight.
Steve Shindler.
Burl Ives Shindler.
Yeah.
Shin Daddy as Burl Ives, saving marriages, and doing
Nebraska.
s'mores.
Right,
and
that's
eating
the day.
Creighton locker dogs.
Probably, maybe get a little rest.
That's
this
the part
afternoon.
that has me most excited.
They're really good. Yeah,
I
The
bet.
dogs.
Yeah, they're really good.
I
tell you what, right now, when you cook a hot dog over an open bonfire, and then you get the
Difference
bun,
maker.
take it off with you, grab the bun and pop that baby off, and you eat it right away.
It's a game changer.
It's a game changer.
Game changer.
Yep.
Shout out to Steve Shindler, Midwest Bank. We appreciate them and Steve Shindler for every day having something incredible for us. But Mike Schaefer is here from 24/7 Sports. Shafe, good to have you here. We'll get to some recruiting here in a second, but I know that there's a lot of angst, a lot of anger from last night from yourself and me, and I know these guys were upset too. Bill and Sip were upset, not as much as me.
I think it's more you guys.
I was pissed. Nebraska blows a 15-point halftime
What do you mean,
lead.
Bill's just not like flipping the table over this morning over this thing?
I was taken back. I was taken back. We were, I started watching. We were up 12. I thought the game was over.
You watched him. It was 40-28 Nebraska.
40-28
Early
when I
second
started.
half.
I got a question for Shafe. Can we overdo this a little bit? I mean,
no.
Okay.
Well, here's
say
why.
Okay.
I don't even know how many years we are into this now. We're Fred Hoiberg, right? You're 5 years in. You go on the road. You have a veteran team. You're up by as many as 17, I think, at one point in time.
First half.
They don't have their best player.
Yep.
And you're coming off of a loss where you got absolutely smacked at home in front of your fans.
Mm-hmm.
And you just don't have your team, like, they can't match Minnesota's energy level. Like, you could tell that right at the start of the second half.
Yeah.
Minnesota was way up here and Nebraska was just middling at best.
That's not good.
Yeah, if you're watching the game, no one would push back on that it was like the energy was not the same.
I don't know if it was Robbie Hummel or if it was the other
Hummel.
guy that basically just straight up said Minnesota is just completely out efforting Nebraska.
No, this Hummel.
Yeah. And
Going to a commercial break. He said that.
when the announcer is pointing that out, that's they usually aren't doing that unless it's completely obvious, which it was to anybody watching that game. And I just don't like. You're at a bit of a critical point here. There was 4 games on the schedule that everybody had decided this is going to kind of tell the tale of what you are as a team. So far, you lost the first of those 4 games by nearly 30 points at home to your rival.
That's right.
You followed it up with a 10-point loss to the team that's voted worst in your conference that didn't even have their best player
No, you're right.
for
That's the truth.
30-plus minutes of this game. So there's nothing good that can, like, there's no like, oh, well, maybe they'll find it when they play Michigan State. Like that doesn't give you anything as a fan. Like this was supposed to be a team that you thought had the minimum ability of getting to the NIT, and yet it looks like another team that will be playing on the Nebraska night, which is the Wednesday of the Big Ten tournament, where they have played. They either play on the Wednesday or they get the double bye. There's nothing in between.
I hear you. That's the way that.
So that's Nebraska night. Steve Shindler can already lock that one in. They can wheel in the TVs and to get it the
Burl
Now,
Shindler.
hold on. Can I sell to you that maybe it's a little premature to think that way?
I mean, yeah,
it's
like maybe
one
they're going to
game.
have that run, but at any point off of these last 2 games, do you feel like you can trust Nebraska?
I mean, there's
let's
problems.
say they come back and they beat Michigan State and Kansas State, which is a giant if.
That's a big ask out there.
Giant if.
I think you can get one of those. Okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
Do you trust that when they get into Big Ten play on a week-to-week level that you're going to get strong effort out of this team, that you're going to get their best shot every night?
Strong effort. Now, here's what I'd say about that. Effort is not as concerning to me as what Jake identified, point guard play. And I'm a little concerned about them inside.
Well, yeah, these are all, but I'm just saying if you don't have the effort to start with, the other 2 things don't even matter that much.
That's legit. I mean,
like if you're watching the other team dive around the court.
Right. Which Creighton did too, by the way.
Right.
They did.
Like, and Fred talked about this at the beginning of November. Like one of the big things for him was Josiah Alec was bringing all of this energy, and he felt like after he didn't like their first game where they ended up winning by like 30 points, but he didn't like their effort on the 50-50 balls.
Right.
I can't imagine how he's going to feel about their effort when he puts the film up.
The hardest play of the game was the missed free throw off the front of the rim.
Yeah.
And then he just went up and stole the ball.
Just went and got it.
Went and got it. That was the worst one. Schaefer, what would the fans, because I've not been part of the basketball part, and obviously I'm a fan of Fred, but what would the fans say about the Big Ten record? Say it again.
Repeat that for us, Sip.
It's 18. Fred's record is 18-62 in the Big Ten.
And how many of those they had 8 wins last year?
9.
So half of his wins came from 1 year. So, I mean, here's the other thing. If they don't get 9 wins this year
in the Big Ten,
they're probably not playing in an NIT to begin with. Mm-hmm. So then you have now 5 years of no postseason play, no winning seasons.
It's incredible.
Some point, either you've made the determination this is what you're comfortable being as a college basketball program, or you have to make some other decision.
How many NCAA tournaments did Miles get in?
One.
He got in one in how many
years out of 7?
And how many years?
7.
He got in 1 in 7 years. Mm-hmm. Fred's gotten 0 in 4. You can come to Nebraska as a head coach and get rich without doing anything. And get wealthy. I mean wealthy.
And then not have to do anything on the back end while you're waiting out your buyout.
Miles won 20-plus games twice.
Yeah.
One NCAA tournament.
But I don't want to make this like a Miles Hoiberg.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm just saying it's perplexing to me.
Well, okay, so then let's get into the point guard thing. You're now 5 years in. They've had 1 point guard in 5 years. How many times have we done the whole, he could play point forward, he can shift over from this other position?
Yeah.
And I like Jamarcus Lawrence, and honestly, up until that Creighton game, you could see some real progress for him in terms of ball handling. He got absolutely exposed in Minnesota. I mean, how many times did they pick his pocket at the top of the key before you can even get in
Elijah Hawkins. Yeah. Elijah Hawkins picked his pocket a few times. Elijah Hawkins is a pure point guard.
Yeah. And, I mean, Fred Hoiberg's played a lot of basketball. How many teams has he had that have been successful where you don't have a floor general?
It's hard to do.
That's the other thing about last night. Very obvious with no Sam Greisel, no Derek Walker. You don't have that emotional leader on your team that's bringing everybody over, that's telling you, we got to pull this thing together.
Oh, boy.
I don't know that they have that guy. We know it's not Casey.
Do you have to have that guy?
Oh, I think in sports.
I'm just asking.
And yes, I think especially in basketball. You have to have
a collective. Can't you have a collective?
And do we want to get into collective talk?
No, not that collective.
We've already talked about albinos.
All right, no, I'm just trying to drill down.
No, there's a group that needs a collective.
Shave, I'm trying to drill down on something. I fundamentally agree with you.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't know of a lot of super successful basketball teams that don't have an alpha on their team.
Right. No, I'm here.
You don't generally have 5. You don't have a good basketball team that's built I
thought when Miles had Copeland, Palmer, Watson,
and Roby,
there was kind of a collective. I think Copeland was kind of the dude.
He was a dude.
Yeah, but
and Watson was your leader for the. He was still a point guard. I mean, he was a traditional point guard.
There were times when Palmer was kind of that guy where it was okay.
Palmer was your go get a basket guy.
Yeah. So it's kind of
they had roles within that.
Right.
But it was okay, on any given night, one of these 4 guys, if he goes off, you get another guy with him.
But by the way, that team's a lot more talented than this one.
That was true before the year. That's definitely true as we're now. But here's the other thing that's disappointing. Rink Mass was brought here. Bryce Williams were brought here to compete against better teams from where they were at Charlotte and Bradley.
Mid-major.
And your first 2 real tests, Rink Mass has been completely taken out.
Completely taken out. Mid-major players moving up. They're moving up.
And
you're asking them to move up.
You need these guys. And Bryce Williams had a really good first half and then on a terrible second half.
It was bad in the second half.
That was
17.
That was a very weird performance in the second half. And so, maybe Bryce Williams is coming out of it a little bit, but still got a lot of concern about Rink Mass just completely not. I don't think he's able to be a Big Ten big just based off of what we watched.
2 for 7 last night. In 30 minutes, he had 4 points and 5 rebounds.
Yeah, that's tough.
He's not. He's a good player. He's not explosive around the basket. He's not explosive.
Well, this is what they built their offense around.
I know.
The idea of what Rink Mass can give you in terms of lengthening out the floor. The other thing is, for how many years do we have to talk about Nebraska needs to get shooters, and they just can't? Like there's shooters all over college basketball.
Bryce Williams shooter.
Where was he Sunday?
Casey's a shooter.
I mean, yeah, but where are these guys?
I know.
I don't want to hear that they can do it because I've seen it. I need to see them do it each night. Like that's how this works. Like if we're talking about Nebraska basketball as a team that's going to be a viable option playing in the NIT or in the NCAA, you need guys that show up every night. It can't just be, well, we saw him hit 4 threes before.
I know.
That doesn't really help you.
No, you just don't want to. Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's been wildly. Well, it's not even been inconsistent. It was pretty inconsistent last year, but at least there's stretches of good that gave you hope. Now, would you be surprised if they beat Michigan State? I would not.
A little bit.
Sparty's not great this year.
Yeah, I would not be surprised.
In the end, it still comes down to players.
They just lost.
Michigan State doesn't. They're not great players.
No,
they just lost to Minnesota.
Coaching
up 15 at half. Like I can't be surprised if they beat Michigan State, but I'm also nowhere expecting that they're going to beat Michigan State.
The Bills.
And I don't know what that building's going to look like. You had a great crowd for Pinnacle Bank Arena for the Creighton.
Oh God, yes.
And you lost by 30 points. You blew a 15-point lead at half.
Ouch. Against Minnesota.
Now you're playing Michigan State on a Sunday at 5:30. I think a lot of people are going to find better things to do.
I don't know. How will that crowd be? How will that crowd be?
What do you think, Bill? It's a rough crowd time. 5:30
There'll be like
on
7,000 people there.
Yeah. Oh, no. Mike, there'll be more than 7,000.
There'll be like 10 to 12,000.
You think there'll be 10,000 people there?
It's a conference home game.
Michigan
State. Conference. Tom Izzo coming to town.
I'm saying I'll happily,
I'll tell you something.
Tell you I'm wrong. If there's 10,000 people,
if there's only 7,000 people in that gym on Sunday, there's going to be one guy that's very concerned. That's the AD. I mean, if you get 7,000 people,
if Trev Hardy isn't concerned in their 5th year, where they don't have a winning season, you have 18 total conference.
And he doesn't care about basketball, is what it would tell me.
Yes,
that's what it would tell me.
He wouldn't be the first AD out of the last however many that has been in that similar vein.
That's what it would tell me. If Fred is somehow safe, it just tells me we don't really care about it.
Just admit it. Just admit it. If that's the case.
Right.
You don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be very interested what that crowd looks like Sunday because I think you're way overshooting at 10.
No,
Shaper. It'll
be hard to
shape. You guys tell me what that third level looks like.
Plus, it's got to be the eye test.
Yeah.
Because you
can't just take the number.
The number.
The number's
no, hang on here. What's to say? This is 12-5. Just look around and just say it's a good crowd. It's a bad crowd.
Right,
That's simple.
Well, see, you're right. You can't see the number. We don't get the number.
Well, they'll have it on the bottom, but you're not going to believe the number.
You don't believe it. Yeah, it's not a real
Okay, well, that's what I think I might go just so I can get a feel for that.
Minnesota claims to have had 6,800 people there.
There was maybe 3.
We had someone that was at the game. They said 3. I said 1,000.
Yeah.
I said 1,000.
You always shoot low, though.
It looked like 1,000.
You said 800 on the 10.
Schaefer, they would only show the court. They wouldn't even pan out because there was no one there. There was nothing there. The student section had 40 people. It's 40 people. One guy in a gopher hat. That was it.
There was nothing to pan to.
There's nothing to pan to. Pan out to what?
This is the team that you blew a 15-point lead to without their best player.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Nebraska basketball, everybody.
I think our breaker texted in and said that they were basically 30 seconds away from leaving.
Yep, that's what he said.
The 3,000 fans were leaving.
Yep.
Also, it's like, hang on a second.
Got some momentum.
Hey, give me a second here. Let's sit down. Whoa.
Hey, they're actually
maybe they had a really great halftime show where 3 inflatables just gyrated around the court to rap music.
Oh, we went in detail on that.
The superstars were.
I have to imagine that Monday was
what do you think Jake thought of that? What do you think Jake thought of that?
I imagine Jake was impressed.
It went for 8 minutes.
I've never seen a halftime act booed before. So
I never had that. It got booed during the show, and then after they finished, they booed him off the court.
It was great.
We were all there to witness it, so we all saw.
I didn't boo. I clapped.
Yeah,
I did. I
didn't boo. I was looking around like, is this really happening?
I did too. But the number of people that were like, "What is going on?"
I thought something was coming out of one of those things.
It was like they hijacked it. Like it's like they weren't even like it's like 3 students decided to be like, "Hey, let's just take over the halftime show."
The best is like you tell yourself that something's coming. Like the anteater gets up on the chairs, and you're like, "Oh, what's this going to be?" No, it's just he's standing on the chair, and his dumb little tongue is dragging along.
The green, whatever we thought it was, a frog or a
turtle
dinosaur,
or a frog, what the hell that thing was.
He just laid in the middle of the floor for 2 minutes. He didn't even move. He just laid on the floor.
They spent thousands of dollars on this.
This has been a rough few days for the program.
Bill leans over, is like, That guy hasn't moved in like 2 minutes.
I was so perplexed as it started. Then they did a little line dancing thing. They were synchronized. I'm like, this is it. I'm waiting for a big finale, like you said, and all of a sudden it's like,
I thought something would pop out of one of them or something.
You know, it's a bad week of basketball, and the most talked about thing is going to be how bad the halftime show was.
All right, we need
the superstars.
I'm trying to push these guys.
Horrible.
I'm trying to push these guys to go on Sunday. I mean, that's another thing we need to monitor is the halftime show. Is there an upgrade?
I'd like to know also, because I was able to get into the media section.
Yes.
So I had a burger.
Very odd.
It was very odd. Yeah, very awesome. Well, I'm walking through. I need some stuff here. Give me some stats. Keith, can I get some stats here? Pronto. I got a notebook. I'm writing stuff down. The pick and roll's not working. The pick and roll's not working. They got to go into a half court 1-3-1.
You're not defending the pick and roll at all.
No.
Making comments. The best part of the whole deal was Eric Strickland.
Yeah.
Because I talked to him before the game, so he gave me great detail on hoops, which is amazing. He kind of looks around and goes, Bill, come here. Because there's an overflow section right here. There's a couple chairs that are open. So Strickland took time to know where the chair, and he got me to my chair. And then that's when Jake showed up. I go, no, Jake, sit up here. There's no one here on these extra couple chairs. It's in the media. It's overflow.
Yeah.
But Strick knew. And Strick took care of me. That was very nice of him.
Well, go on Sunday. Go on Sunday and sit in the overflow again. Go a little early, like you did.
The 5:30 start time might throw him though.
Yeah, I know he's very thrown by.
I'm very thrown by
good. That's a blowout.
Yeah, because I think there's a start. I think the Sunday night game is pretty good.
I'm a 50.
The Sunday night game is great. It's like Eagles Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm
sitting there at the game, and Bill looks. He's like, 5:30 on Sunday. That's a terrible time. He's like, what the?
They come up. Hey, Shafe, they come up with some bad times.
Oh yeah,
just to get.
They're very random. Very random.
Time.
I mean, that is. There's people that travel to Nebraska basketball from a distance.
Yeah,
not great distance.
Well, there's people that have season tickets from Kearney.
Yeah,
like
Kearney, Columbus, whatever like that. So they're going like 5:30. I'm getting home at midnight.
Yeah.
You know, type of deal. I was like, do I want to do that?
Before we get to break and Bill, so last thing, we have not mentioned any football yet with you, Schaefer.
Oh,
we know we know Nebraska has at least talked to 5 quarterbacks in the portal. Levitt from Michigan State, Will Howard, Kansas State, Kyle McCord, Ohio State, Cam Ward yesterday at Washington State, and Blake Shapen at Baylor.
Shape, I don't want to hear the rhetoric. I want to hear from you who's Nebraska getting. I don't want to hear the, well, you know, and he does this, he's good. I want to hear cut through the crowd. Who are they getting?
I don't know for sure that they're going to get him. The one that has evoked the most response, or that we've heard the most in terms of 24/7 Sports, is that they apparently made a really big push for Kyle McCord.
Right.
So that would be kind of the, if you were going to try to say who's at the top of the board or the top of the wish list.
Wow.
That seems to be one, and it seems to be at least known throughout the industry. Nebraska is going to be a player with Kyle McCord.
Now, isn't that something?
I love that, the industry. Am I part of the industry? Because I don't feel that I am.
You are.
I feel I'm on the outside looking.
No, you are.
But
you're actually part of 2 different industries too. You're part of the coaching industry, and now you're part of the media industry.
It's craziness. We had a take in here that it was like we think that McCord just a take would 1 out of the Big Ten. Just be like, I don't want to play in the Big Ten.
Because Nebraska's got to go to Ohio State.
Go to Ohio State. I mean, that shouldn't be the thing that does it for you. If you love Nebraska or you want to be here, that shouldn't do it. I just think initially that it's like, you know what? Let's just go to the Big 12. Let's go to ACC. Let's go to I guarantee there's SEC schools that are talking to him.
Yeah. Oh, I think there's a lot of schools talking to Kyle McCord.
Yeah.
I think this reminds me a lot of McNamara, which we just saw go from Michigan to Iowa, where you basically know that there's probably better quarterbacks in Michigan's room. His time is really limited, and I think he just chose to stay in a relatively familiar conference and then go play for a team that he felt like was going to value him more than the one that he was on. And
Very well put.
I wonder if that isn't a similar kind of pitch from Nebraska. I mean, I think there's a lot of resentment over the fact that they wouldn't commit to him being the quarterback for the bowl game, and so that's why he went into the portal as quickly as he did. I mean, the writing's on the wall to him at that point that he's probably not going to be
because they're counting on whoever comes in, because the ones that are in the room he already competed against, and he won. So so it's not who's in the room.
Well, think about it this way: if Nebraska would get McCord, Nebraska was just a dependable quarterback away from being pretty good this year, bowl team.
8 or 9.
McCord is more than dependable.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think he is, of those 5 guys, I don't know that he's the most talented, but he's the one that I think fits what Nebraska could do the best. And I think a lot of it to me is you got to look at who's going to be around him, and who can really help out. You talk to the Kansas State guys and they felt like Will Howard really benefited from a really strong running game that was around him for 2 seasons. Nebraska doesn't necessarily have that. You talk to people with Washington State and they think that Cam Ward is an immense talent, but he also needs other talented people around him, because if it's just him, it's really combustible. Well, we just experienced that at Nebraska. I think Kyle McCord is going to be the best at elevating your younger wide receivers. And I think he's probably, he's clearly spent 1 season as a starter, played in some big games. I just think he fits what they want.
Well, he could handle
I think Chapin does too. I just think he's significantly less exciting than a Kyle.
Oh,
McCord.
yeah. McCord would jack up the fan base.
Yeah.
And McCord could handle this. He's an older
Well,
guy.
that's the part that I like about it, is that I don't know that you take Cam Ward from Pullman and you stick him in the fishbowl in Lincoln. I don't know how that's going to go.
No.
I don't know how it's going to go for Blake Chapin. I don't know how it's going to go for Will Howard, to be honest. I do know for Kyle McCord, he's been in the fishbowl.
Oh, yeah.
He understands the fishbowl, and I think that's something that makes him stand out.
I thought Sims, for instance, at Colorado was too wide-eyed. I thought that thing freaked him out.
Yeah.
McCord wouldn't go in that environment and be freaked out.
He played in the game.
He played in the freaking game. Right. And he played at Notre Dame and all that.
Yeah.
McCord could handle this. He handled Columbus. He can handle Lincoln.
You think he can handle Columbus, Nebraska?
I don't know.
That's the
I
big
don't
question.
know.
The main streets of Columbus,
Right,
Nebraska?
that's a different animal.
When we come back,
especially the South Side.
Bill's Thrills on early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jay Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apple, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Golfing in 72 degrees in perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in December, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book your holiday parties at Double Eagle Golf and make plans to join them for a New Year's Eve party. Gift cards make a great stocking stuffer for Christmas, and don't forget to look ahead to 2024 as spring leagues begin in February. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. The holidays are here, and Fairway has everything you need for charcuterie boards, shrimp trays, party platters, wine, beer, spirits, and more. Plus, custom fresh cuts on USDA choice or prime grade beef, all natural pork, fresh chicken, and seafood. Your holiday meals start at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Everybody wants a classic Christmas. Well, there's nothing more classic than cash. So until January 3rd, 2024, enter non-winning Nebraska Lottery Holiday Classic scratch tickets online, and you could win $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, or $20,000. Hurry and jingle all the way to your nearest Nebraska Lottery retailer and have yourself a classic little Christmas with the whole family of Holiday Classic scratch tickets. Top prize odds vary by game.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
It's fishing season. Bad actors are trolling your business emails, luring you and your employees to take the bait and steal your private information. Make sure your cybersecurity keeps your business from being the catch of the day. At Hamilton, cybersecurity is our business. We are experts at keeping your network and business information secure and off the hook. Contact Hamilton for a vulnerability assessment today. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Become a member of the YMCA today and enjoy access to all 4 Lincoln locations. Free group fitness classes along with member pricing for the whole family on youth programs such as swimming, dance, and basketball. The YMCA even offers free health assessments to kickstart your workout. Start the new year off right as a member of the YMCA and enjoy no initiation fees through the end of the month. For a list of locations and to join, visit ymcalincoln.org. The YMCA, for a better us.
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
Is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Reminder again today, Nebraska Volleyball Sweet 16, 1 p.m. Devaney Center. You can watch on ESPN2 if you are not going. They're playing Georgia Tech, trying to get the Elite Eight and then to the Final Four in Tampa.
Schaefer, we have asked for everyone to take off work. Their bosses and grip, except for ambulance workers, police, maybe a bus driver.
One bus driver.
What was the term during COVID for like the more important workers that were expected to go to?
Yeah, what were the?
I can't remember.
Was it not first responder?
No.
It's a good question. What was the term?
I remember because Mark told us
text line
that we Mark told us that we qualified as radio people.
Essential
workers. Yes. Only the essential workers need to be at work on Thursday. Is that what we've decided here?
Yes.
Okay.
100.
That's today.
100. The fan base.
Support it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we had something. We had a document that we could show somebody.
Yeah. This was a real thing.
That I am essential.
Essential.
I am essential.
Yes.
It helped my self-esteem.
Yeah, it's a good boost for the confidence.
Yeah.
All right, it is time. It is time on Thursday to get to
we are doing
Bill's
Bill's
Thrills. Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh, yeah.
We
This
need it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, Bill's Thrills is sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Bill, the floor is yours on this Thursday.
Cash cows are incredible. I tell you what, probably one of the biggest compliments I've ever received was, I think, Jake, didn't you tweet out that the halftime show from Sunday that you thought maybe they were on mushrooms?
Yes.
And someone texts back that mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
They did. They responded to the intro on Twitter.
That was my biggest compliment that I've ever received.
I was proud of that too for you.
With that. So we're doing cool parenting tips.
Okay.
Cool parenting tips today, and it's twofold. I want to hit on both. So lock in on this one. Shay, put your phone down. Lock in. All right, it's two
flopping on that.
Yeah, I guess. So 2 things. First one, teach your kids to roll down the window. Teach your kids to roll down the window. The neighborhood stop and talk. The other day, I'm driving. Lady's she's putting her Christmas lights out, and they're ones that I love. They're by the sidewalk like that. You know what I did? I stopped. I rolled the window down. I'm like, giddy up. I love the effort. I love these. I drive by them every day.
Did she dial 911?
Thank you. No. Guess what? Guess what her spirit was like? It was incredible. She was fired up. Stop. You have to teach people to be able to do that. That was the way it was in neighborhoods and all the time. So the crosstalk, then you go for the roll down window for the crosstalk, 2 cars meeting. Mm-hmm. That was standard on Main Street of Pender when I was in high school. You just stopped, and I guess what the other car did? You just drove around. You didn't, when people were stopping and talk you didn't went, on the horn. It's like, no, just drive around. Yeah, one of these. What are you guys doing? What's going on? Just drive around. The ability to roll the windows down. So I also do this one. I'm saying this is daily that I do this. I roll the window down to yell at people in our neighborhood. I do it every day. And it's always the dog walkers. Example. It's the dog walker. Well, tell you what, I'll give you like that. So I'll be driving like that. I'll look, there's walking the dog. I'll yell, Ricky Bobby! That's their dog, Ricky Bobby. And they wave and we wave. And it's like, oh yeah.
I try to avoid my neighbors, but we're a little different.
I yell.
I'm certainly more in that vein.
I yell at the dog walkers every single day. Yeah. Windows are down. There's hardly a time I go through the neighborhood where I don't roll my window down and say something to somebody.
You're a good neighbor.
The second part is lay on the horn. Lay on the horn. Teach the fun of a horn. I honk my horn at least easily 45 to 60 times a week. I honk. Some of you guys haven't honked your horn.
I've heard it.
If I haven't honked your horn, I've done it when Jake pulls up. I mean,
I do an average of 5 a day. Basically.
At least 5 a day. Yeah. So the first one starts out with is fun in the garage. So like my daughters, when someone's walking like in front of the car to get in, and they jump. And it's so funny. It's just so much fun.
It's pretty funny, actually.
Oh, and then
I do like that.
Fun
That's a good idea.
Then the randoms. So I'll honk at someone just driving. I'll be driving down 70th Street and lay on the horn. Someone's like, "Whoa!" Like they know you. You have no idea who they are. They get excited. And then
you are an adolescent.
Oh, it is so much fun. And then so like we have neighbors that have their dog Reggie or whoever. Like that doesn't matter. It's their dog. They have a golden. But all the neighbors like that, I always do the honk and the point when you see them. And I point to them right there to let them know like that. Good to see you.
It's a good idea.
Because that time I'm rolling by, the window's not down, they're on the opposite side.
That's friendly.
Honk and go like that. So like that. That was always fun. The arrival honk was big for this weekend.
Right.
And also they all know, like when we went down to get my middle daughter, Olivia, her and Leighton, house menders, getting a place to live. They're moving down there. So we went down there.
Where are they moving?
Kansas City.
Oh, God.
So they know right away it's part of the Bill Busch real life Kansas City experience. So they know it's going to be.
Did you go down there?
I went with them. Oh, yeah. We took them down there. So every complex we pulled up to, I laid on the horn. And my daughter's just like, just, please stop. Please don't do that.
Poor Olivia.
I would lay on the horn just so they knew we were there, get some spirit started like that.
Nebraska plates on there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then also when I take Sugar over to the vacation house, that's at Grandma Vertiska's. So I lay on the horn when I pull up because that tells she has cats. And the cats know when I lay on the horn that Sugar's coming in, they dart to the basement. Scatter to the basement. Then Sugar pops up because she knows where she's at. And then Larry, then they come to the door. So when I open the door,
your father-in-law,
yes, just takes off running into the house like that. So that's more of a safety, a cat safety horn.
That's Larry, and you say 2 questions, Larry.
Yeah, 2 questions. That's all you get. Larry, you get 2 questions. I always ask, okay, what's going on the boards? Well, so and so
on the message board.
Yeah, what do you hear?
Larry's on every one of them. Guy.
He's on every message
Bill will
board.
Tell him. Okay, you got 2 questions.
You get 2 questions. I would, Larry. Well,
you can relate 1,000% stealing.
He can relate. And he would start to talk, and I'd be like, Larry, is this one of your 2? You get 2 questions. Just think about it. Take a time out and recalibrate.
Stealing that 100%.
And see if you get 2 questions.
You got 2 questions, Larry.
That was it. So cool parenting tips. Teach your kids to roll down the window. Teach your kids to lay on the horn.
I knew Jake loved that. When Jake told me that on the phone once, and I thought it was gold. Yeah. You get 2 questions, Larry.
That's it. And he would start.
He's amazing. Larry, that makes it great.
Is that one of
two
your
questions, Larry?
Is that one of your two? Make sure it is.
Laura, chime in. Text in to Jake and let him know if it's true. I always go, is this what you want? Is this what you want? And then he got super smart. He'd start two-parting them. And when he'd start to work that.
He's asking Husker questions.
Yeah.
Real quickly, I want to say I appreciate with the Bills thrills, these things all build upon each other. There was one here recently within the last month or two where we talked about where you don't lay on the horn, and that's when you go pick up the girl.
Yeah.
You need to go inside. You got to have the conversation. So you know, like people, if you're listening to the Bills thrills, you're getting horn etiquette in there.
Yeah.
It's not, you just don't lay on the horn willy nilly.
Like,
There's
I'm here. Oh yeah. There's different times. Yeah. There's different times. I'm not going to name names.
These things build on each other.
I saw this happen the other day. I was walking Sugar in my nightly walk. It's got to do it when it's dark. She likes the Christmas lights. We're walking, and I saw someone pick someone up with the horn honk. I almost went window tap. I almost went. Hey, I need to talk to you. Window down. Roll your window down. Don't do that. You go to the house. You knock on the door.
That might have listed a 911.
Yeah, he could have been. You guys have a random guy. He's got a big coat with the hood up.
Sugar's just growling.
It's like, can you imagine like that? This going like, hey, what happened there? I just went to pick up Sonia. Some guy tapped on my window and yelled at me, but not
Glasses were down.
Just like this.
Creepy.
And what was the guy? It was the same guy I saw talking to Congress about the Jumbotron Venmo.
I think he was on C-SPAN.
It's the same guy, some homeless guy, walks around.
Okay, that was good.
That's Bill's thrills. Let's see some response before we
Horn
get the game
etiquette.
show here. Let's see. Tony says my favorite is the honk at someone walking and wave to the opposite side of the street to see where no one's at. Actually,
yeah, that's pretty good.
That's kind of
funny. That's kind of funny.
Someone says, "What's his Bill drive?" So I'm prepared for this random honker.
It's a Jeep.
Yeah, it's a Jeep. Did you drive anything else?
No, that's it.
That's it.
I'm looking for a new vehicle, though.
Yeah,
I am in the market.
I mean, you're
in the market.
You're in the tax bracket where you might have multiple cars.
No. Oh, that's another shot not having a job. I get it. Oh, you used to have two cars, now you have one. Like that. Nice job, Bill. That's incredible. So you called some other coaches, they wouldn't hire you. That's what you did. Yeah.
You are okay. Now you're going too far. Keep going, Jake.
Joel in Wisconsin says, I am guilty of honking at my family when they walk in front of the car. Great fun.
It's fun. Oh,
That's
it's
good.
So much fun.
God, I don't know. I'm thinking about doing that. There's a couple people though that I don't think they react particularly well. They get mad sometimes.
They'll get mad like that. And sometimes I'll get this one too, like from Gigi. Be like, I'll let her out of the car, and I'm still in the car. She goes, and don't even think about honking the horn. She'll tell me that. Yeah,
I love that one.
Also, when I'm pulling up, so if I will say I'm taking a Gigi to dance, and I'm taking her there, I go, hey, remind me again when we pull up. Is this a horn honking situation or non? She goes like non. It's a non-honking. It's a non-honk because it's happened where I've laid on the horn when I drop her off. She goes, no, this is non-honking. 100% non-honking.
Good on you to ask.
So I ask sometimes like that. So I ask.
Someone says, I bet Bill's neighbors love him.
Yes.
They might.
Yeah. They
I love the tap on the window.
Excuse me. Don't do that.
We have other horn enthusiasts. They're like, yeah, I'm with Bill on this one. Yeah. So thank you. That's Bill's Thrills, again, sponsored by Dirk Scott and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Another great cool parenting tip by Bill. Let's play the game show.
We got a game show.
Give us a call right now, 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. So back in 1992 is the last time the New England Patriots had the worst record in the NFL, which they have. They're tied. They're one less for the Panthers. Panthers are now the worst. Patriots are second worst in the NFL. So we're going back to 1992 NFL. Very random. Very random.
It's extremely random, but go. Yeah,
I wonder if Bill's a better life than Schaefer today.
Schaefer will do well. Schaefer knows NFL.
This is a complete.
This is bringing me in my NFL.
Hey,
experience.
Bill, this is a complete black hole for me.
I'm gonna say right now,
this is not good.
I don't think we're gonna go 4 for 4 today. We can get a few of these right, 2 or 3.
Well, now there's a challenge.
3-0.
You are 3-0 on the.
Oh wow!
Josh? 2-1. He lost yesterday. 2-1.
Okay.
He lost yesterday.
Less exciting.
Lose yesterday?
Yeah, he lost yesterday. Yep.
Overtime.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah, tiebreaker.
Oh, you're right. I'm bad.
464-5685. Shut up, Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Takedown Sip and Trivia. Schaefer, the lifeline today, as you are on Thursdays for Bill. You guys don't feel great about 1992 NFL, sounds like.
Schaefer feels better than I do.
Schaefer was like 5.
Yeah, I mean,
I know it was still the Houston
names.
Oilers at that time.
Yeah, it was the Houston Oilers at
better
that time.
times.
Better
Was
times.
it 92, the Oilers?
They're still the Oilers, yeah.
Okay, we have Nate. Nate, how do you feel about 1992 NFL?
Well, I'm sure I can feel a lot better, but hey, we'll give it our best shot.
That's good. That's all we can. That's all we can ask of you, Nate.
Let's get to it. Again, Schaefer, lifeline for one question as always for Sip. First question goes to you, Nate. Here we go. What team did the Cowboys beat 52-17 to win the Super Bowl for the 1992 season? This is for you, Nate. 5 seconds. 5, 4. Raiders.
You don't have.
Hold on. Let me think about this. 92. The Cowboys beat somebody in the Super Bowl.
52.
Schaefer has it, so just take
I know.
it.
I think I'm just going to take. The floor is yours, Michael.
Okay, well, the Cowboys only won, I think, 3 Super Bowls in the 90s, twice beating the Bills, so we're going the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Buffalo Bills is correct. 1-0 lead for Sip. Schaefer is out, but utilized well. Sip, here's your first question leading 1-0. Good luck with this one.
Kind of put it away.
What defensive end from Washington did the Colts take number 1 overall in the 1992 NFL draft?
Sure, he's a DN.
Defensive end? I think he's an interior guy.
Sure, an interior.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Entman.
It said
inside guy.
Okay, it said on
Definitely interior.
All right, fine.
He's over the center at times.
Yeah, so he tried to trick us.
He was right over the center.
Yeah, he has a 3 technique.
Yeah.
Well, good job. You
But
overcame
then
we got it. We got it.
didn't know we were going to start throw us.
Entman. Steve Entman.
Entman is
Okay, now that
correct.
was a
Would you
little
have
more in
that?
my wheelhouse than I thought.
I knew the name. I wouldn't have gotten it right, though.
He's a big dude.
Okay, back to you. Down 2-0, Nate. Here's your last question to stay alive. What Green Bay Packers wide receiver led the NFL in catches with 108 and yards with 1,461 in 1992?
I know it.
You got to get this.
Say it again.
Sterling Sharp.
Yep. Sterling Sharp.
He pulled that one out.
Correct. How about that?
Yeah.
Sterling
Yeah.
Sharp.
I like that one.
Sip for the win. If you miss this, though, Nate can steal
like
go
to
the
win this.
tiebreaker. But you're on your own. Schaefer's already out.
2-1.
2-1 for the win. What longtime Seahawks starting quarterback was the Chiefs quarterback beginning in the 1992 season? Longtime Seahawks quarterback became the Chiefs quarterback.
Only one good guess.
in
but it's right.
1992.
One guess you have to pick on this one.
Good God. I mean,
This is so easy.
no.
Yes, it is.
I believe he was 10 years with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Then he went
10 years with the Seahawks?
And then he went to the
Craig
Chiefs.
Thor.
No.
All right, Nate, you have to get this to go the tiebreaker. Who was that quarterback?
Oh gosh.
How did you miss that?
5 seconds.
Seahawks quarterback that went to the Chiefs. You said.
Yep.
I don't think so.
5,
Before that.
4,
He was before.
3,
I may have missed it then too.
2,
1.
Kitna.
Kitna.
Good guess, though.
Yeah, nice guess. All right, winners for us.
The answer. You have this one, Bill?
I thought I did. It
No.
says no. I said Zorn.
No. You have this one, Schaefer? Dave Krieg.
Ooh.
Dave Krieg.
Really hard.
Yeah.
10 years
I
with the
didn't have it either.
Seahawks.
Yeah.
Does this open the door for what? Like, wasn't Rick Meyer the Seahawks quarterback for a while?
Don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Was Craig Thorpe a Seahawk?
I don't know. Not positive. But we'll get Nate a bagel and a coffee. Thanks for calling it and calling down the road, Nate.
I got a story on
Thanks,
this.
guys.
Okay. All right. Before we get to break, again, we got to tell you about entertainment in this town because we do that. And one thing is Christmas lights. Bill, what do you have for a story for us?
We've heard of Dirk, Scott, and Ty, right?
At Mid-Plains Advisors.
That's Ty Steinkooler.
Mid-Plains Advisors.
He went last night and said it was the most amazing time of his life.
Which one?
Ty.
Ty
went last night with his family, and he said it was the most. He said the kids absolutely loved it. It went crazy. Said it just absolutely went crazy. And so this is from This is from someone that was there live last night. We haven't waited. We're going. Obviously, we'll probably go 4 or 5 times. But he said it was absolutely amazing. He goes, I'm sure we'll probably go 8 or 10 times.
That's Ty Steinkooler, by the way.
Former Husker.
Former Husker.
Yes.
Good. Played in the Gator Bowl.
Defensive lineman.
Yeah, I think he had a good Gator Bowl.
He did.
He
did.
That sounds right.
Really good player.
He definitely played in the Gator Bowl.
Right there. Really good fisherman, too.
Is he?
Anyway, he was there last night with his family. He said it was the most entertaining thing he's probably been to in the last 40 years.
It's about 30 to 40 minutes long. You book your tea. You book your tea time. You book your time at Christmas Lights.
He got right in. He said no, there wasn't a problem.
Yep.
He said it was busy, but he got right in because he had his time.
There's a system.
They have a system. These guys, Shafe, they work for Disney. Disney comes to Lincoln. Disney, and I don't want to hear about, well, I live on South or Westo, and I don't want to drive out to 84th, and no, I don't want to hear it. I want to hear, get out there. It's incredible.
You go. So
use your horn on the way.
Use your horn. Lay on the horn
right.
when you see people. Just try it today, people. When you're driving and see somebody, lay on the horn. If you're in the neighborhood, lay on the horn, or roll your window down and yell at a dog walker. They love it. They love it.
Somewhere someone's like, accidents are really high today.
What's going on out there?
What's going on out there?
This is all at the Sandhills Global Event Center, formerly known as the Lancaster Event Center, 84th and Havelock.
Sandhills taking over.
Say that again.
What's it called? The Sandhills Global Event Center, formerly known as the Lancaster Event Center.
We can't say that enough. That's gonna take some doing for people.
84th and Havelock.
Sandhills Global. Lancaster County Event
Book your
Center.
ticket, ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com all the way till New Year's Eve.
Incredible. We'd never say like Bill Busch Global. I operate by the 3-block area. Like that.
We don't say it yet.
He does have the wrought iron fence, though.
He does. Spill over his neck on early break for the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Berschen Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Berschen Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
We can live our lives without breaking the law, but that doesn't mean you won't be accused of committing a crime. Hi, my name is Seth Morris with Liberty Law Group. If you've been accused of a crime, your job, your family, and your freedom is at stake. At Liberty Law Group, our skilled and relentless trial attorneys pride themselves on tackling difficult cases and providing the highest quality representation for our clients. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. Again, that's libertylawnebraska.com.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com. Are you looking for some holiday fun? This year, start a new tradition. Make the Nebraska Christmas Lights Show experience an annual event for your family and a cherished memory to look forward to every year. From Black Friday to January 3rd, buckle up and tune into the rhythm of the lights and let the magic of Christmas take over with the show. Now located at Star City Shores, just off of 27th and Highway 2. Buy your tickets for just $20 or $25 per car today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com. There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals, and get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apple, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
We're on the air.
Back. Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover. Chris Rapp with us. Mike Schaefer still with us. Here on Early Break.
Still
Appreciate
with
you
us.
sticking around, Schaefer. Thank you
Still
for being
alive.
here. Yeah,
Still here. Still kicking.
Chris Rapp.
Incredible.
Rapp walked in. He was upset about our lack of Dave Craig knowledge.
Yeah.
I said Krieg. It looks like Krieg. It's Craig though.
Yep, very upset.
Why were you upset by that?
Just such a legend.
Dave Craig's a legend. Would you say that? What? And he started 10 years in Seattle?
Yeah, before
Yeah.
that.
This feels like it's a sort of a legend because you remember watching him play as a child type of thing.
That's why.
Well, he took over for Jim Zorn, so you guys were kind of close on that. And then
You were close.
And then Dave Craig was from Milton College.
And where is that?
I have no clue.
It's just some tiny.
Milton.
I like the fact
Milton
that
on it.
College.
I'm
a
on
good
it.
story here.
The scouts were all over that.
Yep.
But yep, Dave Craig.
Milton College.
Yep, the good old days.
Okay.
Dave Craig. Yeah, I don't have any recollection what he even looks like.
Well,
I
I'm
have
looking
no
at-
idea.
War number 17.
Yep.
What else? I'm trying to think what else about Dave Craig.
Did he ever make a Pro Bowl?
Hey,
Was he ever
interesting.
like an All-Pro quarterback?
I
ever?
think he might have made a Pro Bowl or two. Never all pro.
Okay, guys.
What do you got there, Sip?
Milton College was a private
Yeah,
college
they went out of business.
located in Milton, Wisconsin. Its campus is now part of the Milton Historic District.
And now you know. The more you know. Thank you.
Good
night,
scouting
Sip.
there.
I was really hoping that was going to finish. And the campus is now part of Sandhills Global. Going back to the Lancaster Event Center thing.
Yeah, there's just going to take some getting used to, by the way.
No doubt
Well,
about
it just changed December 1st. So
Okay.
this is fresh. It is fresh. But yeah, the Sandhills
Well,
Global.
7 days in,
Event
I'm
Center.
still not used to it.
And
Right
Rick,
there.
and
It's
Rick
a while.
Meyer took over for Dave Craig
Yeah,
actually in Seattle.
and I just looked at his stats. He was terrible. Rick Meyer was terrible. His best year was a 13 touchdown, 20 interception year.
Yeah.
Speaking of terrible, I'm going to hard transition here. Nebraska
That seemed like a pretty easy
Rick
transition.
Meyer, Nebraska basketball.
Raf lost last night on Big Ten Network to Minnesota. Final, Jake, help me.
76-65.
76-65. Schaefer and Michael Schaefer and Jake are both sort of up in arms.
Yeah.
Sort of. I'm all the way.
Now, where are you? I mean, it was a big game, but how do you view it in the big picture?
And the big picture, I think you've got to use it as fire because
I mean, that second half was embarrassing. And this, I mean, if you're Keisei Tominaga and you have, your sights set on the NBA, you've got to take this and turn this into a positive somehow, because he went the entire game and did not make one basket from the field.
Yeah. I mean, they blanketed him. They were denying him the ball, which is a good approach. If you have a defender who's long like Carrington, and, I don't know what he is, 6'4", I guess 6'5" is my guess.
Well, they got away with just hand checking him the entire game.
They
So
did.
the officials aren't going to call anything on that, and basically you can hit them
Good
the
point.
entire game, which is what they should do, right? Like you figure out how the game's going to be officiated, and you play that way. So I'm not like saying what Minnesota did was wrong or anything of that nature. I mean, the officials weren't going to call it, so it makes it a lot harder for Keisei because you can just physically goon them up.
It was crazy. Like probably 15 minutes left in the set. I guess probably only ended up with 4 shot attempts all night. I mean, he only had like 3 shot attempts going into the middle.
He had 5 shot attempts. That's it. You're right.
His first basket came on the bizarre technical that the Minnesota player got for losing his mind.
Free throws.
Yeah.
Okay, now you used the word embarrassing in the second half. They got beat by a team that
you don't think it was
showed-
embarrassing?
It was embarrassing.
They 50 to 26.
They were 26 is horrifyingly bad.
They were.
Okay, let's be real.
They weren't moving
So
without
I
the
did
ball.
the whole
on offense.
turn and look at you thing because I was just offended by the premise that you started with it.
Was it like a
You did the whole.
This wasn't
a 30 to 9 run?
You didn't think it was
It was embarrassing.
52 to 26. I'm trying to play devil's advocate on some of this.
You can't. It's not possible. There is no advocate on this one.
You just got to use it as fire now. I mean, you got embarrassed. Now it's time to.
They got embarrassed against Creighton.
Yeah.
Well, that's understandable. It happens all the time.
So you got to use the 2 embarrassment.
It's not understandable and it shouldn't be accepted.
I'm not saying it should
All right,
be.
this is
That's what
trouble.
people
I mean,
all
you
the time.
guys-
It's
I
crazy.
mean, Jake punched a hole through a wall last night.
Thought about it. Really did. I was close, but my wife said, "Don't do that." It's okay. I won't do that.
If you hit a stud in the wall, you'll break your hand.
I think your wife had the right approach.
You see what happened here? See me walking with
Don't
the
do
cast.
that. That's not good.
It did.
So we're in agreement that this is a little critical time now, an early critical time in the season. Play Michigan State at 5:30, winnable game. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sunday. Sorry, Jake. 5:30 Sunday. Michigan State, very winnable, but very losable. I mean, it's
all their games are this way now. I mean, for the Big Ten, they're all winnable or losable.
Yeah.
The Big Ten isn't that good this year, which is
sure
another
not.
reason why it's like, okay, even if Nebraska rips off, they go 8-10, and you finish with like sort of a hollow 17-win season.
They're 20 now, so 8 and 12. I'll say 8 and 12.
Yeah, I mean, so 8 and 12. I mean, you get a couple more wins because you have a couple more bye games this month, but you'd be sitting around 17 wins and they'd be 17 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
If
Nebraska
this team
football.
finishes 17 and 14, and you know what that non-conference schedule was, and you know that they basically got embarrassed by Creighton, and if you lose to Kansas State, I mean, it doesn't.
Hold on. There are people out there right now going, why you can't give up on them this easy? Couldn't they reel off 7 straight? You know?
I don't know that I trust them to.
They don't have a point guard.
I mean, they're at the point where, again,
Or
like
Hart.
they have to. This is true of every Nebraska team other than volleyball. They have to continually earn the level of trust that this fan base does not need to just give them. That it isn't implicit. You don't deserve this trust.
That's
anymore.
really fair.
The
That's
football
really
team doesn't deserve the trust.
It's fair.
The basketball team doesn't deserve the trust. The baseball team doesn't deserve the trust.
Fair.
They don't deserve it. They have to go and earn it.
Mm-hmm.
It's great that everyone supports Nebraska athletics
really
the way
fair.
that they do,
Uh-huh.
but they still need to earn that support to a degree, and they haven't in a long time.
No.
Pain.
Fair.
Pain is a constant with this program.
I guarantee you these 2 games got Trev's attention in the way you don't want your boss to be looking. I mean, this is not you're right. It's not really acceptable to lose by 30 on your home court to your rival, and it's not acceptable to be outscored 52 to 26 in the second half of your first conference game to a bottom feeder. To a bottom feeder.
And I'm not even
Without
saying
their
that this
best
means
player
that
playing.
there's going to be a coaching change. I'm saying there's
I'm
no
not
way
saying
that
that
you
either.
can trust this
Right.
team to just go out and play well against Michigan State. You can't even get like a half and then half of a half. Like they just played one good half and then nothing against Minnesota.
Right.
Against Creighton, they gave you 10 minutes and then
About
nothing
9,
the
about
rest
9.
of it.
I'm going to say 9, but
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I was rounding
Huskers
up.
5:30 again Sunday against Michigan State. By the way, again, one last reminder. Today, 1 p.m. Nebraska volleyball, Sweet 16 at Devaney
They've
Center.
earned your trust.
They've earned your trust.
They've earned your
They
trust.
play Georgia Tech, and you can watch it on ESPN2 if you're not going to.
ESPN, the Deuce.
The Deuce.
Okay.
That's it for us. The Drive with Raph and AD is next for Steve Sipple, Bill Busch, and Mike Schaefer. I am Jake Sorensen. See you.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offer